everyone, and good evening. I'm Russell Kirkby. This is RKDM. We are playing in the world of Dagdagiel this evening, and I should like to introduce you to Avery Rothnickles. Is that how you say your name, Avery?
Usually, yes.
Usually. But today we say your name Fferyllt.
Fferyllt.
Right. This is Sean, whose last name I've honestly, it's gone through my memory, out the other side, through a monofilament.
It's not even important.
Shredded by the monofilament net at the back of my mind. But Sean is playing Elkas, our resident barbarian thief half-elf. And he's cool. Avery is playing Fferyllt, who's an alchemist. We'll come back to that. Barry Tahira, the other member of our team tonight, will be playing Rokan, the Orcan ranger, who has of recent been chased and harassed by the Red Fangs of Shargas from the Ungor-Ma'ark Empire. So if you don't know, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is the homebrew world of Dagdagiel. The city that they are in is Dagdagiel. And our characters are presently, they've been split up. But Rokan, you've gone off and found Vaspera. You've made a plan to meet with her later, if and when she returns from her druid ceremony. Elkas, you and Fferyllt, are you together? No. All right, Elkas, what are you doing?
We weren't when we left off.
I think Fferyllt went back to talk to Balin, and I stayed with Alexander in the inn.
Right, okay, so you're with Alexander in the inn, fair enough. Well, I suppose, given our present circumstances, Alexander he gets drunk and tired and heads back to House Caelrin after some time, and we shall say that's the last that you've seen of him for now. Fferyllt, you've gone back to see Balin, is that correct?
Yeah, mostly just griping about the idiots who fought each other to open a trapped spellbook.
Right. Well, that's Balin responds to that suggestion with a little bit of surprise. He informs you that he says, I am curious about that, actually, because it seems to me this particular group of companions were working fairly well together, or at least they have done in some cases. They've recovered some very important information from a tower outside of the city that has led to, shall we say, some groundbreaking or ground-shaking conversations within the Assembly of Princes. I really should like to have someone keep an eye on them and make sure that we know everything that they do about this tower. I should like to see a return trip there made, and perhaps some more investigation of the place. I can also add that House Caelrin has largely had good reports of them. They did save a nobleman recently from an assassination attempt, so they're not complete idiots by the sounds of it. But perhaps they're going through some hard times.
It's mostly I just question their decision-making.
I see. Do you have experience that perhaps they could benefit from?
If I can get them to listen to me.
Well, it might be important that you do. Look, for a certain time at least, I'm prepared to fund this little endeavour. I know it is important to my master. And I'm not entirely sure why, except to say that he said something about the tapestry. I assume it's nonsense, probably just the usual excuses he has to have me running about fulfilling whatever the present obligatory requirement is. But yes.
Well, for the sake of our maintaining our relationship, I'll keep an eye on them for the time being.
That would be greatly appreciated, yes. We do suspect they know things that are going to be useful to us, but the thing is, we're not sure that they know what it is that they know.
That is entirely possible.
It is, isn't it? It is. Well, shall I let you about your work then, sir?
I'll leave you be for now.
Good luck. Do you need anything? Any supplies, components, that sort of thing? I have a few things I can spare.
If there's something you've got excess of, maybe a couple of potions. I've run a bit low myself.
Very well. Any particular potions that you're looking for? I can give you some of these for free. He pulls out 6 health potions, minor health potions. 2d4 plus 2 type deal.
Yeah, I'll just thank him and grab the health potions, because I feel like with this crowd I'm gonna need it. I don't have that many spell slots, and these guys seem to be very good at burning through them with needing healing.
Right. Fair enough. Incidentally, right now, where is Stolas?
Stolas is in his pocket dimension doing whatever he does while he's in there.
Okay. So he's in communion with the universe. Very good. Okay. So after you've visited with Balin, do you head somewhere? Elkas, where are you? Just double checking at the tavern, I'm assuming. The rumbling pig. Yeah. Okay. The pig is indeed rumbling. Very good. So after having visited with Balin, do you go visit anywhere? Now, actually, I'm noticing that I'm talking, and yet I see nothing on the sound on the stream. Let me double check that we have stream sound. Have we got stream sound, people, when these guys talk? That's what I would like to know.
I'm hearing you through the stream.
Oh, yep. I'm most interested to hear if I can hear you through the stream. Actually, I think it can. So just give us a bit of a sound check there, please, guys.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
That's good. That sounds good to me.
Yep.
Okay. Cool bananas. That's solved. Wasn't a matter of panicking at all. I was just feeling sensitive because it's happened so many times. Okay. So sorry, Elkas, you're in the tavern, hanging out, scoffing your face. Are you telling stories, wine, women, gambling, that kind of thing?
All of the above.
All of the above. All right. Cool. Do you want to make a sleight of hand check to see if you have any opportunities to steal anything? Is that something that you would do?
Or
a gambling?
Nah, I wouldn't be.
No?
Not here.
Not here? Okay, that's fair. All right. I see Avery's got his laboratory up there behind him. Excellent. Well done. Okay, so you're sitting in the tavern, and perhaps you're gambling with a bunch of hoodlums. Would that be a fair and reasonable assumption then?
Oh yeah, these probably the shadiest people in here is who I went up to have a chat with.
Yeah,
most interesting.
That makes sense. Okay, cool. Very good. So you're currently gambling with someone named Egan and his friend Fferyllt and Thana. Egan, Fferyllt, and what did I say? Thana? Yes. Alright, cool. Rokan, you have returned back from your journey to see Vaspera, and you come wandering into the Rumbling Pig when you see your dear and close friend and ally, Elkas, gambling away what looks, at least at this range, to be the last of his few coins for wine, women, etc. Out of game, Elkas, you may well have much more gold back in your room, but, you know, yeah.
I pick a table and sit just behind Elkas, so I
Right.
can,
Yeah.
just in case he gets in trouble.
Yep.
Though that never happens with Elkas.
Elkas never gets in trouble. He is a very,
No.
very well adjusted and predictable individual.
Elkas.
Ah, hello, friend.
Fferyllt,
How's your night going?
Fferyllt, you can turn up any time you want. Just
Oh, chicken, food, or more. I found Vaspera.
Ah, yes.
She's
And
doing
how's she?
oh, we lost you.
Yeah.
Lost you.
all the hokey pokey stuff,
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. I don't understand how all that magic-y stuff
I
works.
wouldn't bet with that hand if I was you.
Hey, you don't need to tell them that.
Sorry.
I'll raise.
Actually, Rokan is lying through his teeth. It's a good hand.
I see. Cool. Okay, so Avery, where's Fferyllt right now? He's wandering the streets or still at Ballard's?
He's picking his way back to the tavern. Let's say he walks in a few moments after this exchange we just had.
Yep. Okay.
Elkas, one drink.
Of course I do. I always want a drink.
I'll go and get you one.
I see.
Thank you, friend.
Charlie's watching the old stream there, I see. Hello, Charlie. Hello.
Okay. I go and get him a drink.
All right, so you head off, you go over and get him a drink, and you come back after,
Yep.
purchasing that. Very good. Back at the table. It's, what time of the day is it for you guys? You can choose this time, because I feel like...
It's night time.
It's night time? Okay, all right. So is it about 7 bells?
Yeah, about that.
Okay,
What do you reckon, boys?
So people start flooding into the tavern about now, or have been for the last sort of half an hour to an hour, but now it's really sort of hitting critical masses. The place is getting jammed packed with humans and other people.
I know this is going to be a shock to everybody, but Rokan get some food.
Rokan gets some food, okay. Alright, Rokan, you get served before everybody else. Despite the fact there's this whole line of people lining up. They just pull you to the front of the queue and serve you off the bat, and then, get you out of the queue.
Okay.
You're not sure why that is, or maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe somebody is. Anyway. So you go back to the table with your food and sit down?
Yep.
Alright, very good. It's a kind of a buffet thing happening this evening here at the Rumbling Pig.
Okay.
There's too many people to come serving one-on-one, You have to come up to the table and, say, please sir, can I have some more, kind of deal. Alright. So that's in your hands. The world is in your hands now. You're at a table in Dagdagiel.
I'll give Elkas some money.
You give Elkas some money?
Yeah.
You're giving Elkas money for
You don't need to do that, friend.
Nah.
I wouldn't
You
give
might make me some money.
Not with the luck I've had tonight.
You mean? His pile's a lot bigger than yours.
Yes, and his pile used to be my pile.
Well, I believe in you, Elkas.
Oh, at least someone does.
Just like that.
So, how much food does Rokan have in front of him?
Oh, most people would have a plate, but he has a tray of food.
Okay.
So, I imagine even Fferyllt would have trouble not noticing the orc with a giant tray of food in front of him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That is fair.
So Fferyllt just walks up, looks both Elkas and Rokan, and just nods at both of them.
Alcan and Rokas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, friend, you came back.
Yes, Balin seems to have a vested interest in you lot not being dead, and asked me to assist with that.
Well, that is great news. I enjoy not being dead, and you're very helpful with that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about not being dead too. Here,
Surprise?
have a chicken.
Out of character, like a leg of a chicken or just like a whole chicken?
Just a leg. He gives you a leg.
Okay, thank you. That's manageable. Thank you much, Lee.
So, there is a female goblin bard sitting over in the corner, playing quite badly this evening. It seems to be some sort of goblin funeral dirge or something. You're not quite sure why they would play that.
Fferyllt is taking notes.
You can blame Charlie. She put the word goblin in my head a minute ago.
All right. I'm gonna play my flute.
Are you going to play with the bard?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to have an orc with a flute and a goblin playing a... What did I say? Yeah. Alright, so you're rolling performance. So seeing as Alex isn't here tonight, I guess I'm running your character for you, Barry. You do have a name, and it is Rokan. Here it is. So performance check for Rokan. Well, Rokan, you get -1 for performance, so this will be interesting. And you rolled a 3, which means you get a 2. So Rokan is actually worse than the Goblin Bard. But does Rokan know that?
No.
So Rokan thinks he's pretty good.
Me thinking pretty good.
All right, I'm just going to check your inventory to see what you got in the way of musical instruments here. What did you say you were going to get out? A flute. A flute. Okay. All right. Features and traits.
Hang on, he's got a trumpet. Sorry.
It might be a horn.
Yeah, a horn. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So is this your horn that you pull out?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the middle of this bard's mournful, sorrowful, kind of off-key and badly paced funeral dirge, this Orcan horn comes in quite awfully, and the people in the tavern look at each other and they start shouting, "Shut up! Stop it! Quit! Give it up, you bastards! Stop that cacophony!"
A what?
The noise, idiot! We're sick of listening to the noise! Turn it off!
Okay. Looks at the bard and goes, "They don't like your noise."
He looks at you, or she looks at you, she says,
"They don't like your noise? Mine was fine. No one said anything a problem. No. Not until you come along."
Listen. If I go away, will you play something else?
"Very well, but it'll cost you some silver."
Okay, here.
Silver, yes.
Something cheerful.
Cheerful.
Yeah.
I will try my best.
All right.
Alright, so you give her some silver, do you?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
And yeah, she plays a much better tune this time, with a 17 on her performance check.
Well, that worked. He sits down.
This is a more a happy tune, a summer dancing happy tune. You think probably it is. It isn't actually summer right now, but
Or Carney probably with bad music.
it generally improves the atmosphere overall. People you might overhear people talking about whether or not it's appropriate to play this right now, but others are like, well, it's fucking better than that other shit we were listening to a minute ago. So, it's like, don't stop them now. They're on a roll. Alright. I leave you here in silence at the table. Everyone's just munching and drinking, I assume, then. Nom.
Elkas?
Yes.
Elkas. Did you make money that time?
No, unfortunately not. I
Are you
think
good
tonight's
at
just not-
gambling, Elkas? Are you
Well,
good?
Normally I use my own dice and they're weighted, so I know what they're going to do, but they insisted on using theirs. I thought I'd try my luck. Didn't work out.
Can another person come in and play? Because I'll come and play. I might have better luck than you.
So, watching the dice, the guys Elkas is playing against rolling, can I investigate or something to see if their dice are weighted?
Sure, you can make an investigation check.
So that is a 16.
A 16, you're saying? 16. Let me just scroll the dice thingamajig for the stream. It is indeed a 16. You don't think their dice are weighted? No. No, in fact, what you believe is that the dice in this establishment have all been... they'll belong to the establishment. You may not bring your own dice. They are specialized and accredited dice, so to speak.
All right. My turn. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay.
Alright, so you guys are rolling and playing dice.
Yeah.
As you're doing that, can you make perception checks for me, please?
Net
22.
20.
Wow, okay. Net 20. That's very nice. Very nice. Yes, it reminds me to roll yours, Barry. I must. Rokan, perception. Coming up. It's a big old 7, I'm afraid.
I'm too busy with my
You're
dice.
busy with your dice. Fferyllt.
It's hard to-
I got a 7, but can we say that Stolas is perched high up outside since it's now nighttime and he wouldn't stand out?
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable. Stolas can make a perception check too. And Cannon will send information if there is any that he finds. Do-do-do-do-do. What did you get? 7? No?
It would have been a 9 because he's got +3 instead of my +1, and Questbook doesn't let you roll for your familiars for some reason. Not Questbook,
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Right.
Words.
Right, that is a bit of an oversight on their part. Okay. So a 9 and a 7, unfortunately you don't really notice anything
Oh,
particular
wait,
that's
that
going.
should have been with advantage because it's him. Hang on, let me just roll again.
Alright. With advantage, Stolas, the owl familiar, sitting outside the rumbling pig tavern in the
And
city of
that's
Dagdagiel.
worse. He's definitely distracted by something.
Okay, Okay, I think perhaps Stolas is distracted by a rat that comes past, which is just a bit too tasty to just turn down. And so Stolas is busy devouring a small animal. Probably doesn't need to, but there is an instinct in this type of creature, perhaps.
He just really likes getting into the owl thing.
Yeah. However, Elkas, you got a 22, is that right?
Yep, net 20.
All right, Elkas, you notice a city guard come in. through the entranceway with a lieutenant, like a sidekick. It's not Drazaan, but it does look familiar, like he might be from Drazaan's guard tower, or what do you call that, precinct?
Yeah.
Something to that effect. So he comes in and heads over to the table, asks around for a moment behind the bar, and you notice that he's coming now in the direction of your group. Your table.
I'll get up and meet him partway.
All right, he stops. He says, "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Very well, sir. I'm looking to speak to your companion, the orc.
Yes, he's just gambling at the moment. I'm just off to buy another round. Would you like me to pick up a drink for yourself?
I shall refrain, thank you. He says,
Okay.
he turns to you, he says, are you interested in a job for the watch?
Does it pay well?
Well, it's for the city watch. It's not going to pay well, but it will pay.
I would hear you out at least.
Well, when you're done, I will come.
Let me grab a drink.
Yes, meet you at your table. And he hangs back a couple of moments and minutes, or however long it takes for you to buy the drink, and then he walks back with you to your table, so that when you get back to the table, and he introduces himself as what did I say his name was? His name is his name is Captain Gamile.
When I do go get drinks, I get around, and I do have one for him, even though he declined.
Okay, cool. Very well. Okay, so he comes back with you to the table, and so the rest of you, the other two of you, I should say, you're sitting at the table when Elkas comes back with this human guard wearing Dagdagiel uniform, street soldier, street guard uniform with a pauldron on the right shoulder and a fancy helmet under his arm. It's got a plume on it and what have you. His hair's well slicked back. And he steps up to your table in his guard uniform. "Excuse me, sirs."
Greetings.
He looks at Elkas as if he's asking you for an introduction.
Right.
He doesn't do anything, doesn't say anything.
There's your drink, by the way.
Thank you. May I sit with you?
Okay, one more throw. No, don't cry. It's no good to cry. Can't help if I'm good. Okay. Give me
The guard captain is still standing there, like, waiting for a response. "Can I sit with you?"
Please have a seat.
What do you mean I no play no more?
He sits down. "Excuse me, are you the one known as Rokan?"
I might be.
"I have business with you, if you will do it."
Rokan stands up because he's been rolling dice,
Right, so it's just stretching kind
Yeah.
of thing? Okay. He looks up at your broad, heavy-set form from where he is at the table, and you get the sense that he's admiring the sheer size and bulk of your frame for a moment, and he looks up at your tusks and your face. He says, "You may or may not be aware, but we have had reports of orcs in the basement, so to speak. Worrisome reports. Are you, have you ever heard of the cult of Yurtrus?"
Have I ever heard of the cult of the Yurtrus?
Rokan, you have. Elkas, you can make a history check. So can Fferyllt. Either of you have an excuse as to why you should have advantage. I may give it to you. Possibly Elkas, because you have orcs as a enemy of your bida?
Yeah. No, that was a 5 plus whatever, so it wasn't. But I think they have been mentioned before.
Right. So if you are aware of the cult of Yurtrus, but Rokan, what can I tell you about the cult of Yurtrus?
Yurtrus is the Orcan god of death.
Mm-hmm. Death and disease, to be clear.
Yurtrus is the Orcan god of death and disease.
That is what we have ascertained, he says. And I understand that they have been abducting people from the streets of Dagdagiel and taking them into the underworld, so to speak, beneath the walls, beneath the city floor. Perhaps as far as the sewers, perhaps further. I need someone who can track them back to their lair and provide us with information on their numbers.
And you wish me and my companions to do this?
I have raised some funds to pay a private group of companions such as yourselves. I thought you might be the best. I was recommended to you by the one named Drazaan.
Well, gentlemen, it would seem, if you wish, we have something to do this evening.
Why send a party of adventurers? Why not send an official party from the royal or from the guards, city guards?
They'll be expecting that.
Good point.
So you're saying they won't be expecting us?
I would think
I imagine
that
they'll
you'll-
be expecting anyone.
Well, they may well be expecting anyone, but this is the decree that has been decided upon by the Assembly, so I'm afraid I'm not privy to their decision-making process.
I understand. It's because we're disposable. Yes.
Well, it is a journey to the sewers, there is that.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Well, you're the one that used the term disposable, not me. However, there is, as I said, a fee involved, and I suppose the other reason would be because your companions happen to have among you an orc who has, according to your own reports, survived at least one, if not two, attacks by the Red Fangs of Shargas. So I thought perhaps you might be experts on the subject. Now, when it comes to actually hitting them and attacking them, we will send our own, for sure. But I'm interested in reports on their numbers and whereabouts, and I feel that companions such as yourselves might be more suitable to that sort of information gathering. What do you think?
Okay, so you want us to gather information on their numbers, their strength, so on and so on.
Correct.
What is the fee that you are willing to pay for that?
Well, this depends how long it takes and how far you're willing to go and what information you find. Now, if you were to, for example, you were to obtain their location and passwords and information that would allow us to breach their stronghold and destroy their guards and put down their cult, if it could lead to something as drastic as that, with ease, well then that could be worth 1,000 gold pieces. But if it was more a case of we've discovered where one of their safe houses is and we know that there are 3 guards there, well that might be worth 10 gold.
That sounds very reasonable.
I'm sure. So, that's what I'm offering.
What part of the city do the people disappear from the most?
Now that is an excellent question. very, very excellent question. Out of game, hold the line. The last to disappear were from House Baleburn. They were serfs and servants on their way back from the market. There was a report that people were seen being dragged towards the alleyway nearest that particular market by persons described to be tall, muscular, armed with hoods, but they reputedly had tusks, so we are to assume they are orcs.
What about the other disappearances?
What about them? Where from? Who were they, etc.?
I'm mostly interested in where, see if we can narrow down a search area.
I see. The other disappearances have come from around the city in various places, but always close to the walls, always close to sewer entrances, and that is why we have decided that would be the obvious place to look. It is our belief that there is a cult, this cult of Yurtrus, operating from within the walls of Dagdagiel, right beneath our noses. Discretion here is also, shall we say, a stipulation of our contract.
Discretion, in my case, goes without saying.
Good. Good.
Now, you are talking about hiring us for information for you to take these orcs down.
Yes, preferably.
Would you have anything against us approaching some of the houses? Like you mentioned, some of the servants have gone missing. And maybe also having a secondary job of saving their people.
If you can convince them to also sponsor you on this mission, I would accept those terms. I would be very happy for that, especially if it meant that you had a greater chance of success.
Well, I can only speak for myself,
but I will
I
go.
will definitely try harder if there's a bit of pay involved.
I will go back to my original point about discretion, though, and that is why I suppose it is acceptable for you to approach the members of the houses who have had incidences already occur. However, I shouldn't wish you to be spreading such rumors among other houses who are not affected. If that
No,
makes
of course
sense.
not.
Yes.
And I mean no offense, but
Of course.
if we were to go as third parties to talk to some of the servants who haven't been taken, they may be more willing to give up information to someone who isn't so official in their capacity.
Perhaps.
That insignia on your chest, that scares a lot of people.
Yes, yes. I understand that. That's one of the reasons I'm talking to you. I feel that the information gathering might be simpler for you than for us.
That is often how it goes.
Yes. So, I have given you my name, have I not?
You have?
Very well. If you have further request of me, you will find me at the, he tells you the name of the guard tower on the street that it's at and the area that it is, blah, blah, blah. And he says, then I shall adieu. I shall say to you adieu. And he bows and leaves. Before he does, actually, he's about to leave and he goes back to the bar. And he puts down some coins to the bartender, and the bartender brings you guys over a large jug of ale each before he leaves.
Well, that's not very reassuring. Sends us on an important mission and gets us drunk before we go.
How him get us drunk?
Well, I suppose that's true. This isn't a lot of ale.
Always fight better when you're drunk. At least that's what I see.
Fferyllt just kind of gives both of them the side eye, but they don't notice.
Okay. It's a careful side eye.
Yeah, very careful.
Okay. Very well, very well. So the fellow having left, a few more customers come into the tavern, and I'll get a perception check from everybody, if you will.
Uh, 13.
13.
3.
Okay. You got a 3, you say. Alright, and Barry, you get a actually quite high 13 as well. You see in the corner a bit of trouble beginning to break out amongst some sailors who have come up from the dockyards to the city proper to see what they could see, and they're getting into a fight with a bit of some of the locals over there. How do you feel about that?
If any of the tavern staff are going to try and break it up, I will back them up, but I'm not going to break it up if they don't.
Alright. Yeah, the tavern staff do start trying to get involved. I'm going to get everyone to roll initiative just in case. Because, you know, shit happens sometimes. I'm going to roll for Vaspera, even though she's not here, just so I know what her initiative is in the world. Wherever she is in the world, she has a 14 initiative. Rokan, your initiative is got +3 on it, and you rolled a massive 6. Okay, good to know. Yep, and Alexander Cordana, you also are not here. You cheeky bastard. And that is also, that's a 9. 9, yes, 9. Alright, cool. Okay, so Elkas, this fight has broken out around you, and across the room from you, a table is flipped up, and a bunch of jugs of alcohol and, you know, meat and wine and shit thrown up in the air, comes crashing down. You have an opportunity right now to make a dexterity saving throw to basically catch one of these mugs that is in the air, airborne.
An 11.
An 11. Let's see. You do manage to catch this particular mug. Just before it hits the ground and smashes, you duck down if you wish and catch it.
I'll swoop down and catch it then, and as I come up, I'll drain the cup as I walk over.
Yep.
And just put myself right into the middle of it. And
yep.
if there's, from the sailors,
Yep.
if there seems to be a leader of sort,
Yep.
go right up to him and, friends, this isn't the place.
Alright, so is that your turn?
I'm going to hold the action of if he goes for anything, I'm going to just swing to punch him in the face.
The guy nearest you goes to punch you in the face. So, yeah, I guess that triggers your held action if you're holding an action.
Yep. 9 to hit.
9 to hit. He just manages to block you. He must have a little bit of boxing in his background there. He just manages to block that. But he hits you for a 20.
Ooh.
And he does 1 point of non-lethal damage to you. The next commoner goes to attack you too, Elkas, because you're... Oh my god, and that's a crit 20. So you're going to take critical non-lethal damage. Oh my god, 5 points of critical non-lethal damage from that attack. Fferyllt, it's your turn now.
So I just facepalm, stand up, and walk over and just say to these guys, look, if you don't knock this off, I am going to make it a problem for you.
Alright, would you like to make an intimidation check, please?
Yeah, okay, I'll make an intimidation check.
Intimidation, it's the name of the game.
Yeah, I'm not rolling well tonight. I do not look intimidating to them.
Okay, apparently they're not intimidated, that is true. Rokan, what do you do? You can see there's jugs flying, there's people flying, there's fists flying, there's splinters of wood cracking as tables are smashed and chair legs are snapped off.
It's good to see people having fun.
You pick up your meat off the table, and as you do, the table is dragged out underneath your plate, and you're lucky you got that lamb leg in your hand before the plate was basically stolen out from underneath you. It smashes to the ground.
Oh no, there's enough of that now. Okay, he stands up.
All right.
He goes up to two guys.
Okay.
He picks them up.
All right, so this is a couple of athletics checks. You are Rokan. Okay, athletics. It's +4. Oh, the first one wasn't very good. He's a slippery bastard. Oh, you know what? You meet and beat. Okay, so you grab one of them. He's a bit slippery, a bit struggly. You're trying to grab a second one, and 23, you grab him. All right, and there's no getting away. That guy's definitely not getting any way.
I just clamp their heads together.
So, bonk. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think this is reasonable. I mean, they're non-combatants, really. They don't have levels. 17 to hit. Yeah, fair enough. We're gonna do an unarmed strike. Damage is 3 bludgeoning. Okay. The first crack, you smack their heads together, but it doesn't knock either of them out, although both of them look pretty woozy. That's your turn. Okay. One of the commoners tries to punch you back, or hit you back using a chair leg. He rolls a massive 10 to hit and misses. The next one comes at you with a frying pan. 15 to hit. Does that hit Rokan? What's Rokan's armor class? Oh, it is 15. Ooh. Okay, so Rokan, you take a enormous 3 points of damage. Now, yep, I'm going to leave that there. Cool. The next commoner comes running at Elkas with another improvised weapon, a candlestick holder. 9 to hit, misses. Elkas.
So as that guy with the candlestick holder comes at me, I'm just gonna block it out of the way and then just go for just another. Oh, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay. So
but this is a very boisterous, lots of laughing, having a good time in a fight type rage.
Okay.
And go for an unarmed strike on the guy.
Alright, roll to hit.
14.
Hits. Damage.
1 plus 2 for 3.
3 points of damage. Okay, good. Great. Next, he goes to hit you back. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, this is a chair leg to the face for 3 points of damage. You can have it because of the rage, yeah? So down to 1. The next commoner is going for you, Fferyllt, on the back of your head, Fferyllt. You didn't see him coming. And he hits you for a 15. Does that hit Fferyllt?
No, it does not. It just catches on my armor.
Ooh, okay. So he catches your armor but does not actually make contact. Fferyllt, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna turn around and I just want to bash him in the face with my shield.
Alright, that's fair. Okay, so you spin around with your shield. Roll to hit, please. Make it an improvised weapon attack if it's with a shield.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I don't have improvised on my list for some reason.
Okay, hold on one moment, please. So... You're going to make an attack roll with your strength modifier, but it will not have your proficiency bonus.
Okay, well, my strength is -1, so...
Okay, so sucky poo, it's a -1 to hit. Unless anybody knows any other improvised weapon rolls, and that I have it wrong.
Either way, I rolled a natural 3, so that
Natural
definitely misses.
Okay, that's not going to hit. Sadly, yes. Right, Rokan, you're next. You've stood up, you smacked their heads together, they're like, boom!
I'll do it again.
One more time. Okay, so we'll do another athletics check for you. You've got like +4 something to your athletics. Yep. Okay, so that's 16. One of them fails and is unconscious. The other one survives and is not unconscious. You knock one of them out, and he drops to the floor.
Okay, no.
Goes like a
I
rag
throw
doll.
that one away.
Okay, you throw him away. Very
Yeah.
good. That's your turn.
Throw him at anybody who's attacking my friends.
Okay. All right. All right. They you throw them into a group of people who are coming at you guys, and that keeps them busy for a second. One of them comes back to punch you, Rokan, for 20 to hit.
Yeah, boy.
That's going to hit. So he does 2 points of damage with his improvised weapon. At this point, it's kind of a leg of a chair. The next commoner is attacking Elkas for a... I think it's at 17. Yeah, that's a 17 to hit. Elkas, that hits you. Elkas, you're going to take 4 points to be reduced to 2. That's the candlestick guy coming back at you. Elkas, it's your turn.
I'm just going to keep swinging.
Roll to hit. You're swinging with fists right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For a 19 to hit.
That certainly hits. That knocks out this commoner.
Yep.
All right. He's down. Dunk. Got any other actions, bonus actions, moving flavor dialogue? Because you're
Yep. At this point, laughing maniacally,
laughing
because I'm having a great time.
Yes.
Jump up onto one of the tables.
You jump up onto one of the tables. Okay, cool. So that's basically your movement. All right, cool. Excellent. So, Fferyllt, a chair comes crashing down in your direction and smashes next to you. It was a 7 to hit, so it definitely doesn't hit you. Fferyllt, it's your turn. Smash! Pieces of shit flying. A mug flies past.
What I
Oof.
want to do is just try and kick a chair over to trip whoever is, looks like they're about to try and attack me.
All right. Let's do I guess this is a roll to hit. We'll make it a roll to hit, but it's going to be, again, improvised, so it's just your dex bonus or strength bonus.
Can I use dex bonus?
Yeah, I think it's fair, yeah. It's a versatile weapon, is this particular improvised weapon. Is that a 3?
That's another 3.
Oh my god. Okay.
These dice don't like me tonight.
So you go to kick the chair over to them, but instead when you kick the chair explodes. And basically just falls apart. You kicked it a bit too oddly, or in a weak spot, perhaps too hard.
Okay, can I just stare at them and say, "You want me to do that to you?"
You can make it. Intimidation check.
Maybe I'll actually roll well this time.
Right. Good luck.
Would you believe that I got a natural 20 on that?
You got a natural 20 on that. Wow. Okay. Let me see. All right. One of them quickly just looks at you and steps back, ducks out through the crowd and starts weaving their way out. He's calling out to them as he goes, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" All right, Rokan, your turn. Rokan's still eating with one hand whilst smashing skulls.
Well, now, drive this guy into the wall.
Okay, so you're driving him into the wall. All right, so this is going to be we'll make this an unarmed strike for Rokan. Yep, that hits. And you do 3 damage to him. That's the guy from before. Yep, he's unconscious. Boof. Great work. Unconscious, conscious. Okay, Rokan. You drive that guy into the wall, knocking him out. Guy behind you comes at you with an improvised club at this point, swinging at the back of your head. Instead, you're turning, and because of your dexterity and your armor class, you manage to see the club coming, and you knock it to the side so it does not hit you. You deflect it with your hand. Martial arts
And I
style.
go, oh, really?
Right. Elkas, you see this happening on the other side of the room. It's your turn.
He's the last one left, or?
Okay, so out of everybody, yeah, there is one last combatant left in this fight.
So I'm up on the table at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna heartily laugh and turn to the bar and call out, "Ah, what a good fight! Jasna, drinks on me!"
Jasna looks at you like you're a mad fucker. In fact, she says, "You're a mad fucker, Elkas. You're a mad fucker indeed."
Oh, so you won't take my money?
She's
I
pouring.
thought this was a business.
She's pouring the drink. All the drinks,
yeah.
actually. She starts pouring the drinks. She starts lining cups up, and everybody starts cheering. Even people that have had their heads smacked in start waking up, and people are pouring alcohol in their mouths. And thusly, the room begins to restore itself back to its previous harmony over the next few minutes. Rokan, what are you doing once the room starts to calm down? You can see the fight has kind of broken up, but there's still one guy there that's pissed you off.
I'm gonna smack him with the guy I'm holding.
Okay, so you go over there and you're going to smack him with the guy you're holding. Excellent. Rokan, you're going to make a unarmed attack. It's a 22. Okay, so you hit him and you bash him good. And he's like, No, stop! I didn't mean it, no!
Go away.
So you're going to let him go?
Yeah.
Alright, so he
Go
braces.
away, little man.
He crawls out from under the bodies and runs off, bloodied.
And he drops the guy he's holding.
Alright, boof. Elkas.
I will say, the one that I knocked out, when he comes to, I'm like standing over top of him, handing him a drink.
He reaches out and grabs the drink, and you help him back to his feet, perhaps?
Yep.
Alright. He pats you on the back. Good fight, young man.
It was. You got me on the jaw there. It was a hell of a hook.
My father was a fighter, yes. Okay, so this nonsense goes on for some time. And Fferyllt, what are you doing as you witness this, the future of Dagdagiel flash before your eyes?
He's just kind of stunned that these guys managed to achieve literally anything. And he's just kind of like zoning out a little bit, just following a train of thought, because he's not really a bar person. He doesn't enjoy it here. But
Right. Fair enough. That is fair and reasonable. All right.
As it starts to die down a bit, Elkas will get Fferyllt and Rokan and call them over to a table and just sit them down and just say, I think our best plan of attack should be to go and talk to this house where the servants have been taken from.
House Bailbarn?
Yes, but it's getting a bit late tonight. I think we should just stay in the room upstairs that we have and go see them tomorrow morning. Plus, from what we were told, it sounds like these people have been taken at night more. So it stands to reason that maybe these orcs are almost acting nocturnal.
Out of game, can I just interrupt you there? Sorry, what gave you the impression it was at night only?
My imagination, by the sounds of it.
Okay, I'm just checking that I didn't say something that I didn't mean to say, because I wasn't... I'm not saying that it's not the case, I'm just saying that I'm not aware of actually giving you any particularly detailed clues.
No, that's me. I'm getting confused with...
Okay, I'm just checking. Cool.
No, yep. But either way, we have to go talk to House Bailburn, and I don't imagine many of them would be happy for us drunkenly turning up on their doorstep in the middle of the night.
No.
Probably not.
So yes, we could just sleep it off tonight and go tomorrow morning and investigate from there.
I think it's a good idea.
Can I get perception checks from everybody, please? A 6 for Fferyllt, a 15 for Elkas, and Rokan coming up now is a perception check. Oh, and that is a natural 1. Rokan, what are you distracted?
I'm retrieving my food.
Retrieving your food, yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's the 30-second rule, right? I mean, it's been on the floor.
Yeah,
It's fine. I mean, it's not like anybody's been throwing manure on it or anything. It's just the floor.
Gives it more of a crunch.
More crunch, yeah, I agree. Okay, so you're collecting your food while the other two notice a lady comes into the room, into the tavern. She's wearing some very nice, fine robes wrapped around her in blue and black and red and white stripes, tightly woven, tightly knit. Kind of an ethnic style from far away from here that you're not typically used to seeing. She has a what do you call it? A face covering.
Veil?
A veil, essentially. Yeah, you can see just her eyes.
Having travelled a bunch, can I history check to see if I know anything about the clothing and where it's from?
Sure, yeah.
Can I do a history check to see if I recognize it based on description? Because I've done
Research.
Decent amount of study.
Yeah, sure, you can do that. Rokan can probably make a history check too, based on all of these factors. Rokan, however, Rokan gets a 3. You got a nat 1? Okay.
Dirty 20.
Fferyllt gets a dirty 20. Okay. Fferyllt, you are aware of a people that come from a place far away called Salim. Not actually that far from here, but the people on the southern end of this continent tend to have more this style of dress, and so you think that her culture, family, bloodline, or at least the clothes that she's wearing, are from somewhere like probably Salim. It's hard to say. It is a culture and style that exists in other cities. That it's not as if these people don't have groups in different places, but it's a specific human ethnic group.
But that style is pretty much, it's exclusively local to the south of Dagdagiel.
It's not local to Dagdagiel. It's
to the south south of Dagdagiel. You wouldn't find it like east or west. It would be specifically south.
Dagdagiel. No, it's not south. The only thing south of Dagdagiel is the water, and Amphibious.
Oh, okay. Which direction is that general area from Dagdagiel? Sorry.
It's north, actually. Saxaxilium is about halfway to Vangate. As the crow flies, although that being said, few people would go that route because it's a hard route. You'd have to go across the mountains as well, so it's not the fastest trip, but it's the way the crow would fly.
Okay, so basically I can infer that this person is from the north of Dagdagiel.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It's an inference. Okay, so she comes in and she looks around the place, and as she steps into the room, you notice behind her 2 guards with spears and helmets. They take off their helmets as they step in behind her. They're clearly there to protect her. That seems to make sense. And then she moves across to the bar and calls aside the head barman, Olaf, not Olaf, Jasna, yeah, she calls across Jasna. And she takes Jasna aside, and Jasna takes her into the kitchen and closes the door, where there is a conversation held in the kitchen with the door shut, with these 2 guards standing outside just watching the room. At this point everything seems to be okay. There's no fighting or anything, nothing's going on. And when she leaves, with your perception checks, which were pretty fantastically rubbish, you don't notice much, but Fferyllt, you overhear the name Mahadur.
Can I do a check to see if that means anything to me?
At this point it does not mean anything to you. Oh, you know what, you can make a history check. You can.
22.
Damn it. Okay, so what you recognize is that the name Mahadur does indeed come from across the world somewhere. It's a fairly well-traveled name. It's comes from you believe one of the royal families of Saxaxilium, in fact, long ago, but you don't know whether they still exist. And you just hear something about, "Thank you, Lady Mahadur."
Interesting.
And then Lady Mahadur takes her guards and heads out through the front door. Elkas, you look like you've got thoughts.
I have in my notes that the rumbling pig you've mentioned previously has something to do with House Mahadur, and that is all I have. I don't have anything else.
Well, there you go.
In other words, I need to take more detailed notes.
Right. What can I say?
So, Fferyllt is going to make a comment about, looks like we might have had a royal through here.
What makes you think that?
Through this shithole.
Lady Mahadur, Saxaxilium royalty from legend.
Okay, I believe you.
Wildheart said, "Rokan, collect the teeth."
Oh no, not good enough, all black.
And Nixtra said, "I don't know if collecting from a bar fight is socially acceptable."
Oh, no, only warrior.
Right. Wildheart said, "Acceptance, orc, whatever you fancy." Yeah, fair enough. Okay, please continue.
So, why do you think there was a royal in here?
Sorry, what was that name again? Mahadur?
Mahadur, yeah.
So basically, I just reiterate what I know about the name Mahadur to Elkas.
Okay, so he tells you the name Mahador is a royal family name from the city of Salim originally, as far as he knows, at least.
And that was the person that was talking with Jesna.
Well, I think that if they're not a royal, they're somebody with money. A woman running around with guards like that, and her clothes do match what you'd see in Salim.
There were guards? I didn't notice anything. Hey, Jesna.
Elkas, have you paid up, Elkas?
Oh, yes, of course. I thought I was your only friend with money.
Oh, Elkas, my dear Elkas. She comes over and she sits down on your knee. She says, "You are not my only friend with money, dear. But do you have any? And would you like to spend it? Because I have a drink behind the table, behind the bar, waiting for you. It's got your name on it."
Well, I better have it then.
Do you know what I have procured for you, Elkas?
Oh, I hope that it is something special.
It is special. It is. Because I know you've been talking about it for a while now.
Oh.
Wait here. And she
Don't
taps
tell
the
me.
table and she goes up to the bar and she fills up your personal mug. I think you've been here long enough to have a personal mug by now, right? You've got your own stein.
I think it's nothing special though, but it is
His.
identifiable as. It's got like some special chip in it that makes it unique, so it's known as mine. But it's just a terrible old mug.
It's the most broken one out of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's this
How
defaced
do you get a
looking...
mug like that?
You're surprised that it doesn't leak. In fact, it may leak. But anyway, she brings it to you on a little bit of a tilt so that the leak doesn't, whatever expensive shit is in here doesn't come out through the crack. And she, mad girl Charlie, she's onto it. And so she hands you this cup. And you can smell it from here. You can smell the very high aroma of the dragon's blood. Dragon's breath. Sorry, it's dragon's breath. It's the players that make me say dragon's blood because they've been
Hold it
mishearing
in Discord.
Yeah.
How come me no have
Double
mug?
brown, bleak, Jaeger 08 Larson. Hey, welcome back. Good to
How
have
come
you.
me no had mug?
She looks at you. Would you like some too, Lord?
Well, like a mug.
So she goes back. She says, "Dragon's breath, 10 gold." That's extraordinarily expensive.
No. Me just want mug.
All right. So she goes and gets you a mug of what? What do you want?
I'll try some of their wine, see if their wine's any good.
Yeah, it's all right. Doesn't really cut it for you. It doesn't have enough tannins. It doesn't have enough of that tangy flavour that you're used to. It's sort of a bit
It's
too
like
clean.
Kippers.
Yeah, it's a bit sweet actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
It's not.
Okay.
Doesn't have that good flavoursome sour kind of
That-
slightly
that-
off.
No tang.
Yeah. All right. So what do you do anyway?
I will definitely have a drink, but I will leave enough for my friends should they want to try some.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so you can make a Constitution saving throw.
I've got to go and meet Vaspera soon, no doubt.
Well,
That is a fail.
what I can say about that, Barry, is that mad girl Charlie is watching the stream from her phone. Last I checked, she was at a bus station, I think it was, a bus station or a train station. So she's clearly on her way home and maybe appearing on stream at some time in the near future. One can
Okay.
hope. But she hasn't said that yet, so I assume she's still travelling. So
Well,
are you drinking
that
some of this
means I have to eat
dragon's
some
breath?
more then.
Right, are you drinking dragon's breath?
I'm gonna give it a go, damn
Yeah,
it.
give it a go. Excellent, Rokan. I love that's the spirit. So, in the spirit of that, we will make a Constitution saving throw for Rokan. That is a 17. So Rokan's like, yeah, dude, fuck off. This is nothing.
What
Rokan's
is?
taste
Just like cat piss.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I do not know what your stomach is made of, friend, but
Now, to be fair, Rokan,
Whoa.
it is one of the most powerful brews you've tasted, but you...
I'm not going to tell him that.
Right. No, that's
Yeah.
fair. Okay, just checking in. Cool.
Fferyllt is just wondering if Rokan has actually drunk cat's piss or if he just likes comparing things to that.
Well, ask him and he'll tell you.
Right.
He's a little intimidated. He's not going to say that, but he gets a whiff of the wine that Rokan didn't like, and it's like, oh, that actually smell looks like it's got a pretty good bouquet. Orders a cup of that.
All right.
I
Fair
will
enough.
take-
So you're
take
getting...
the mug of Dragon's Breath, though, whatever's left, and offer it to Fferyllt. Come on, it's
I
good.
very awkwardly but politely decline.
It's good stuff, though. You should try it.
Fferyllt, it's like cat piss. It ain't not good enough for you.
Then after failing my first con save, I will then have whatever's left.
All right. Very good. You are now trashed then. You failed your first con save and you finished up the drink. Okay. One failed save is more than enough. You are now at disadvantage for the next hour. You are poison conditioned, etc. Enjoy. But you are drunk and you feel good and happy and your mood is lifted and you're, you know...
Okay. Elkas, you fall on floor and no get up. Me not picking you up, you know?
The music from the
fine.
bard takes a turn for the better, by the way, and it begins to pick up again.
I sleep on the floor here all the time. It is fine.
Okay. All right. Well, we cannot go fighting or anything like that today. Tonight. Whatever. We're not going. We will follow plan when we have... Oh, we already got healer. You healer, aren't you?
I
We already got healer. But you make berries.
make berries.
Berries. You make berries.
Not
What?
good. He doesn't make good ones.
I
You
mean,
don't-
out of character, I know exactly what he means, but Fferyllt is just really confused by what he means by making berries.
Wildheart says puke berries.
No, I like them better. Anyway, okay. You see, Vaspera, she make berries and they heal us.
So Fferyllt obviously is familiar with good berries, and I just say, no, sorry, I make potions, and holds one up.
Do they taste good?
I imagine you'd think they taste like cat's piss.
I like you. Smack on the back.
Fair enough. Accurate.
You good man.
I try.
Anyway, where you come from?
Russell, we never actually decided where I came from.
We didn't. We can talk about that.
We'll worry about it later.
Yeah.
So in character, I'm a bit of a wanderer. You could say I come from just about everywhere.
Okay, I know what that's like. Me wanderer too. What?
I mean,
Me?
I lived with my master for a while, but then somebody burned his bloody house down after he died, and have been kind of drifting since then.
So, you look for revenge?
Got to figure out who the fuck did it first. I think it might be the Red Robes, but I don't have a lot of leads.
Oh, you mean the wizards, those wizards people.
The Barakyle.
That's the one.
Yes, those
They-
fuckers.
They a real pain and, they pain in my tusk.
And
like-
several other places, I imagine.
Why put my tusk up their nose? Anyway, so, you here, why you work with us?
Balin asked me to, and Balin is assisting me with some other personal projects.
I thought you worked with us because, you know, Elkas, great Elkas, over here. Him great leader of us.
I've also seen him talking to his sword on several occasions.
Every warrior talk to his sword.
I'm not a warrior, I'm an alchemist.
Well, that's why you not talk to your sword, you not understand. Weapon like part of the hand extension.
I don't really prefer to fight up front and up close and personal. I do talk to my bird though sometimes.
Why you no find girlfriend? Or boyfriend?
I prefer a bird friend.
Bird look like chicken to me. Only kidding. Okay, alright. Now, we must make ourselves comfortable. Elkas! No lick the
No.
floor. No lick the floor, Elkas. Get off the floor.
There's someone spilled their drink. I don't want to let it go to waste.
Him not always is bad. Elkas,
Yes.
get off floor. We go room now.
Oh, just before that, I need to talk to Jasna to say thank you for this drink.
What did you say, Elkas? I heard my name there.
You know me well, Jasna. This
Oh, I
drink,
do. You scoundrel.
Thank you. Who was that? Your friend that brought it?
She looks at you. She says, "That's not my friend, you fool. That's my employer."
Your employer.
Who do you think owns this place?
Well, it's the amount of money I spent here. Me.
Nice try, Elkas. Nice try. Very good. That was the Lady Mahardor. This is in the neighborhood of House Mahardor. She is, in fact, the owner of this fine establishment. She's been putting money into it for the last 20 years now.
Is she perhaps from Saxaxaline?
Oh, no doubt. Perhaps originally she's new to the city, that's true, but not for a while.
Interesting.
I couldn't guarantee that, to be honest with you. I don't really know.
Well, she certainly dresses the part for it.
Perhaps, yes.
Does she come through often?
Oh, perhaps once a month.
So not really. I would love to have a chat with her at some point.
Oh, she doesn't deal with the likes of you, Elkas. Only I do.
But that's why.
What do you mean, why? You tried to climb the ranks of the social ladder, are you, Elkas? Welcome, Vaspera.
Hello.
Greetings. You better change your name.
No.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'll do it. It's
Go
fine.
on.
Generally, the people who don't want to talk to you are the most interesting to talk to.
Jasna looks at you. She says, that explains a lot.
Well, me go and find Vaspera where she is.
So, out of game then, Vaspera, you have been, I had assumed, with the druids. That makes a lot
Okay.
of sense.
Yep.
Rokan came out to the druids with you to visit, and made a time and place for you to meet with the rest of the group. So when you are done at your druidic ceremony, you may return to the city and find the players, your companions, at the Rumbling Pig, where they have been situated for the last hour and a half.
Elkan
know.
is making his way. Rokan is making his way in her direction because she's already late.
Okay, so Rokan, you head up out of the tavern because
Not my fault.
Vespera's late. Elkas, you were going to say something, it looks like.
Elkas is stumbling his way to bed
Stumbling his
via
way.
the sailors and some sing-songs and all that.
Alright, so it's late at night now.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're stumbling to bed. Okay. And everybody else has been pretty much kicked out of the tavern. The bard apparently has been given the night to stay in the tavern floor, and the goblin bard, is sitting there plucking at the strange goblin instrument. As you tuck yourself up by the fireplace, perhaps, Elkas. Is this on the floor in the tavern or in your room, are you thinking?
I am aiming for my room, but I'm going to roll a d20 and we'll see how far I make it.
That's fair. You can make a constitution
13.
saving throw. Yeah. I mean, you make it most of the way up the stairs.
I think I'm probably like on the floor in my room.
Okay. Alright. Great. Fferyllt, where do you go when things get rough and late and, well, slow and late, actually?
I'm actually going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go back to Balin's place. I imagine I've just, like, got a room with him or something like that.
Okay, well, Balin is staying as an apprentice wizard working for another wizard in the palace. So he arranges for you to stay with him in what is a little more than a closet in his space, because...
Okay, in that case, if that's what I was going back to, you know what? I'm just going to get a room at the tavern.
Okay. Very good. Alright, so Vaspera, you're walking through the night streets on your way to the tavern. Can you make a perception check, please? I know, it's very scary. But this is Dungeons and Dragons, ladies and gentlemen.
20.
And it is meant to be a little bit scary. Because what is definitely not going to happen is a green leprechaun is going to jump out from the shadows and give you a big bag of gold. No, that doesn't happen. What instead happens is, as you round the corner, this huge, hulking creature steps out in front of you, and you look up and realize it is Rokan.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
You're
You
doing
startled
good.
me a little because, orcs have been attacking me.
Fair enough.
But I'm glad it's you.
Come on. We go back to inn.
Okay, sure.
Have good time with
wait.
people.
Oh, yes, I've had a wonderful time. Is everyone still being, kind of assholes?
No.
Is Elkas still being a jerk?
No. Him being drunk.
I turn around.
No. Him good drunk. Him go to sleep.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes. And what's the other fella name?
Fferyllt?
That's the one.
Fferyllt?
Yeah.
I don't know. I met him twice.
Him
Hmm.
get room and then
Okay, cool. Yeah,
yep.
cool.
So it all good.
Hot. I am fiery. What am I talking about? Right, let's go back to the inn.
All right, so you travel back to the inn. As you're traveling back to the inn, these two young individuals jump out from the side street. One of them has a crossbow, and the other one a bag. They stop, they look at you, and they fucking run away.
Do I recognize them as, like, are they the kids from the other day? Or
You don't think so?
okay.
No reason to believe that they are. They could be, but it's unlikely.
Did Rokan think they were about to get mugged?
Rokan was pretty sure that that was their plan, but they jumped out on unsuspecting prey. Perhaps I'm thinking Vaspera was at the front. She stepped out, clearing the alleyway by like maybe a foot or two. They're like, oh yay, vulnerable person, jump out. Then it's Vaspera and an enormous orc. And at which point they changed their mind and decided that they would run away.
Well, I'm glad to have you by my side.
Glad you're nice and safe. Come on, let's get back there before something else happens.
Alright, so long story short, you make it back to the tavern, you go up the steps to the front door and you enter in, piling into the rumbling pig. At this point, the music has wound down entirely, except for the drunken final plucks of the goblin bard, who's sitting up on the side next to the big fireplace, on a big chair over there, almost asleep. There's two other people in the tavern right now. They're asleep. One's got their face on a table. The other one is actually Jasna, who's sitting behind the tavern bar, asleep on her chair.
Oh.
So when you come in, I think that you push your way in. I think there's a bell that goes off by the door that rings the bell as you go through the door. And she looks up. Oh. Does she know you? Do you know Jasna particularly well?
Probably not
Not really.
as well as Elkas, obviously.
Right. But you have you stayed at this tavern?
Yeah, multiple
Yeah,
times.
you've been staying here, yeah.
Mainly because Elkas hooks us up, so
Right.
I don't really talk to her all that often.
Okay. Well, Jasna looks up at you and she nods as if she knows you. She points up the stairs. She says, Elkas gone to bed, I think.
I'm sorry, what? He went upstairs to bed.
Yes.
Is he alright? Is he feeling ill?
It was late and he had some dragon's breath.
Oh, do you have any more of that?
Me had dragon's breath.
Drops her.
Cat's piss.
She drops her hand on the counter with a bang. I'll get you some right now.
Thank you.
And
Please put it on Elkas's tab.
She cackles at that and thoroughly
tell him.
enjoys pouring the dragon's breath and slides it over to you. She says, I'm just going to have a little sip off the top.
Okay.
Passes it to you.
I like it because it's really hot. I love hot food. Hot drink, even better.
It's very spicy, that, isn't it? Oh, it's going to last for hours on your mouth.
Honestly, like, my family would love this stuff. But we don't really go anywhere near Salim, so
You are some kind of fire druid, aren't you?
that I am.
That's what I heard.
Hmm.
She leans in. What's it like being a fire druid then?
Oh, I don't know.
How can you not know? You
It's
are
a
one.
lifestyle.
What's that?
It's like you have your job, and you serve people, and I can't see things from your side. I can't see what it's like to serve people.
You don't. I mean, I could get you a job if you want to.
No, thank you. I'm already doing about a bazillion jobs for the town. the city. So to be a wildfire druid, it's like you're how do I explain it? You can just weave nature. It's like a song. It's just you know how to do it. It's the air you breathe. It's
Oh, I wish I could be
everything.
like you. It sounds so free and interesting.
Well, why not give it a shot?
How does one give it a shot?
Well, you can have a chat to my family if you'd like.
What an excellent idea, she says. Can you make an insight check, by the way?
Okay. I think I can already read what she's doing here. Oh my god. Natural 20.
A natural 20.
Okay. Out of game, I'm thinking that she's only asking because she thinks that Elkas might like it.
All right. Well, your natural 20 is entirely tells you something else.
Oh, okay.
In fact, she's interested because you've got magic and shit, and she's living her life as a bartender in a very mundane, very shitty job. And it just sounds like a much more interesting thing to be as a fire druid. Kind of sounds cool to her. But she is quite drunk because she's after hours now, and she's decided to get plastered.
Well, why don't we talk about it tomorrow when you're sober?
Right. So I'll see you tomorrow, and how do I get to see your people?
I can take you tomorrow.
What time would be good for you?
Well, probably.
I'm free at 3 bells in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. We could try.
I'll
try
have
for that.
a few hours at that time.
Okay, right.
Who would we
3
talk
bells.
to?
Oh, we talk to Gormal. He's my uncle. We talk to Yonin. He is the leader of our small group. We've branched off. Of the main circle. We are a small branch from that circle.
Oh, you're just a small branch then. Oh,
but that's because we're nomadic. So,
but there are bigger branches then of druids.
There are other branches.
Oh, I see.
And we're all a part of a tree.
I see. Do you know any of them?
Of course I do. Oh. They're my family.
Right, of course. Well then, I'll see you tomorrow about 3 bells here then.
Indeed. I'm going to drink this.
All right. So
while they were having a conversation,
roll the con save.
Unbeknownst to Rokan.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Rokan. Yep. You've got to press the button.
Okay. While they were having a conversation,
Yep.
Unbeknownst to Rokan, he took one of his breads that was left over, and because he's trying to look for flavours here that are close to Orcan ones,
right,
he invented toast.
Okay. All right.
And he thinks it's not a bad thing.
I see. Player characters always going around inventing stuff out of game.
I got an 18 for my con save, by the way.
Mr. Doubleina, Mr. Bob Doubleina. Okay, so an 18 for your con save. All right, good. Yep, you're fine.
Delicious.
Yes, delicious. Okay, Fferyllt, you are staying here. You get a separate room, is that right, Fferyllt?
Yes, he's definitely gonna be just like, you know what, after last night, I just need some space with not other people in it. for a
Right.
night, so I
Right.
can just introvert for a night.
Sounds reasonable. So, Fferyllt, you have a relaxing, quiet evening by yourself then after that, and you are able to take a long rest and really enjoy yourself the way that Fferyllt likes to. Person.
Probably just like mentally going through, mentally rereading books he's read or something like that. Or actually, if that gets boring, you just have Stolas go out and around and just see if there's anything interesting happening in the night.
Okay. Stolas can go out and make a perception check.
Would you believe Stolas rolled 2 natural ones with advantage?
Oh my god.
Okay, Stolas.
That's rough.
You know what I'm going to tell you? Stolas does not come back.
You mean I gotta resummon him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I spend an hour and 10 gold resummoning him.
All right. Very good.
The price of dragon's breath. Before I go to bed, I'm going to create 30 berries.
30 berries.
I'm going to blow my spell load. Well, my druid spell load.
All right. You blow your druid spell load on 30 berries.
Yeah.
Excellent. How long do they last?
24 hours.
Right. Okay.
And they're not concentration.
Right. So they're gonna get really sick of the taste of berries.
My berries are delicious. You all want my berries.
Yeah.
My berries bring all the boys to the yard.
All the boys to the
I hate
yard.
myself.
Right. Even if you do say so yourself. Okay. Cool. So you're making a bunch of berries. And that's what you do before bed, and then eventually you go to sleep. In your sleep, Vaspera, you have a dream.
Okay.
And in this dream, you see this phoenix bird flying low over the surface of this magma lake. Its shadows shifting, undulating across the surface of this magma lake as the magma breaks up, and it pours off to the side and it begins to harden. And the bird flies up into the air out of the top of this volcano into this smoke cloud, becoming this dim red glow that fills the entire vision until you wake up. Elkas, what are you
Yes.
doing? Elkas, you wake up on the floor in your room, probably somewhere in the early hours of the evening. Like 4 a.m. or something, 4 bells in the morning. You hear the bells going in the distance. It's what woke you up from your slumber. You'd peel your face out of the vomit. I'm elaborating here. You can stop me if it's too much. So you peel yourself out of the vomit and clean yourself up and fall back asleep in the bed, I'm assuming, until some reasonable hour, which could be 7, 8, 9 bells.
Yep.
You can say which one.
I probably think I wake up kind of early, but I'm just lying in bed waiting for someone else to come find me.
All right. So you wake up about 7 bells, and then after that you're waiting. Okay.
I imagine there's like movement downstairs from.
Oh yeah,
getting in and
you'll
stuff,
hear
yeah.
movement happening. You'll feel the place warming up too as the fires are going. You can hear people in the stairwell and talking going past your door. You can hear outside the window the markets are opening up. There's people outside with wagons and horses and mules and chickens and shit like that. All the sounds of the city come to life in the as the first sun rises. By the time
at some point I probably shuffle my way downstairs quite hungover looking for some food.
Right, and you can smell it because there's definitely food every morning cooked here. It's often the same 2 things, one or the other. It's either this or it's that. They don't have a lot of variety, but they're always good. But it's either the Dagdagiel bread special or the Amprodian soup. whichever, you don't know. But today it's the Dagdagiel special, so yay. So you get that. Rokan, Fferyllt, and Vaspera, you guys will wake up in your appropriate rooms and spaces. It's just after sunrise, the first sun. Solemn Pingal is the name of
I'm
the
going
first sun.
to walk downstairs with a pocket full of berries. And we're going to try and look for someone I recognize.
Someone you recognize. Well, you see an Elkas.
I'll walk over to Elkas and sit at the table that he is.
All right, Rokan, are you downstairs too, or are you coming downstairs, or what are you going to do?
Could you imagine Rokan missing breakfast?
No, I didn't think so. Is Rokan already there?
Yeah, Rokan's already there.
He's there before Elkas, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Vaspera, you walk in on Elkas and Rokan, but yeah.
Elkas,
Hello, you two.
you're gonna have to tell Vaspera. Hello, Vaspera.
Right here. What do you have to tell me?
Fferyllt can enter at any time.
I don't know. What my head is not good this morning. What am I telling Vaspera?
Don't worry about that, and he, like, tapping her on the head. Don't worry. Head strong. Make head strong. Now listen, remember we got job.
Oh, yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Great Elkas will tell you.
There's some orcs, not the red fangs, some other ones, causing trouble, kidnapping people in the
Are you
city.
kidding me? More orcs.
I know.
More of them.
Them not related to me.
But yes, they're kidnapping people,
It's
causing
ridiculous.
trouble, and the city guard needs us to investigate before they can make a move. They need information.
Everyone is going to start thinking that orcs are incredibly brutal and dangerous, and I mean, yes, you are. Like your kind are, but there are soft ones like Rokan, and if we go to somewhere, then unfortunately, he's gonna have a hard time.
Oh, did you hear that, Barry? There's soft ones like Rokan.
Me.
Oh,
It's because he eats too much.
pat, pat, pat.
This muscle. This muscle. All muscle.
No, soft in here, and I point to where I think his heart is.
And I stab him in the heart, right here. Okay.
No.
We're breaking our immersion. Also,
Sorry.
calm down.
Sorry.
All right. Me punch.
Porridge.
I can't say that Dagdagiel's had the best of luck with orcs.
No.
Not really. Me just come here, on holiday. Me come on holiday. Me
Also-
see lots of orcs. Yeah.
Holiday.
So what happened after I left with the book? Did you give it to Fferyllt? Has he got
we
it?
don't
Because
talk about
out of all of you, he's the only one I trust. Oh, except for you, Rokan. You're adorable, and I love you. Come here.
me feel good now. Now listen. We not talk about book bad.
So I'm just going to jump in and say that Fferyllt has somehow talked his way into being allowed to use the kitchen and has made everyone something he wants them to try that he picked up on his travels.
Okay, I'm going to need to know what it is that he's giving everyone, because...
In our world, we would know it as French toast.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Okay, and as to your obtaining the ability to make this French toast, I will get a persuasion check.
I love French toast.
That's a natural 18.
A natural 18, okay. Well then, your wishes are fulfilled. You come out with this French toast. This Dagdagian toast, I believe it's called.
So I just hand some to
No, it's
Rokan and say,
grilled toast.
Fry bread, according to
Yeah.
Wildheart. I like that too.
yeah. I hand some to Rokan and say, now, see if you've ever tried some of this.
Okay.
Can I try some? That looks delicious.
Oh, I made some for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Not bad.
So, Elkas, how do you respond to the influx of fry bread?
If it's being put in front of me, I'm eating it at this point. I'm
Alright.
just still very drowsy and hungover, and
Elkas, I can't believe you slept upstairs.
Where you learn this one?
I don't remember climbing the stairs.
How much
Was a
did you
good
drink?
Oh, plenty. I think it was more than knocks on the head.
What?
Oh,
There was a
These
scuffle.
idiots got into a bar fight.
no, we didn't get into a bar fight. We try and stop bar fight.
And you got involved in it.
Well, it's the only way to stop a bar fight is to get involved in it to stop it.
Was anyone really hurt?
Any more of that stuff?
You were asking Jasna.
Yeah, Jasna.
It's a bit early for Dragon's Breath, don't you think, Rokan?
Oh no, not dragon breath. This stuff. This here. My friend make.
Let's say that she was the chef or cook or whoever was watching over my shoulder as I made it, and that was part of the deal, that I teach them to make something and I can use their kitchen.
Fair enough. Okay, so yes, there is more of it coming.
It was really good. It would be, honestly, if you could kick it up a notch with some cinnamon. Like, I love spicy stuff, so adding cinnamon to things helps to add a little bit of spice to sweet things.
Aye, cinnamon's a good one. I'm a bit short on herbs, unfortunately. I haven't had a chance to do any gathering while I'm in the city.
Well, we can do that before we head off to discipline some orcs. Is that what we're doing?
Discipline some orcs?
He says this quietly, they seem to be a cult of a death and disease god.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be counter to what my god is about, and I'm sure that Lathander, he would agree that we need to stop them.
We only getting what they call it reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance.
Me follow that word last week.
Good job. So proud of you.
Reconnaissance.
Okay.
Okay. It's so good. So good, Fferyllt. So delicious.
Really good. Could we have 20 of those tomorrow morning?
You'll have to ask the innkeeper about that.
Okay.
You know, the player characters have been traumatized when all they want to do in their session is sitting around the inn eating French toast.
Hey, I like the finer, the smaller details. Elkas, you going to be okay?
Yes, I'll be fine. It's just a bit of a slow start this morning. Should we head on to House Belburn to see if we can find out anything about these people who have gone missing?
You know, me think that I see these people, they're rich people. They don't really care about their servants sometimes.
No, I don't imagine that the rich people will, but maybe the other servants will.
Good point. Okay, let's go.
Alright, so you head off out of the tavern, is that correct?
I'll
Wait,
grab
who-
all guys that I can find.
Who are we
before
doing
go?
this mission for? What are we doing this for?
The city guard.
Okay,
City
like,
guard.
but like who?
One of the captains that works with Drazaan.
Okay.
Gamael?
We're only supposed to find out how many, how to get in, and all the weaknesses.
Okay, right. Yep.
Hmm.
If he works for Drazaan, then that works for me.
Okay. We go.
Yes, we
Alright.
go. Let's go.
Very good. Okay, so where do you go? Where do you go? Is the question. Where do you look? Where do you go? What do you do?
Heading to House Baleburn.
All right, House Baleburn. Very good. You find House Baleburn. You're fairly aware of where the keeps are, and you can find your way around. You can ask people where to go. None of you have been to House Baleburn before, as far as I'm aware. Have you? Nope. Okay. Very good. You get to the front gates of the keep. It's inset into the one of the walls of the city. There's not a river, a moat that flows past the outside of it. Slow, murky-looking body of water, kind of ebbing along at a snail's pace. It's full of bits of detritus and dead fish and birds and things. It's quite disgusting, actually. Yes. So, you get to the outside of the keep, and there's some guards there, and as you approach the front gate, as I'm sure you do, you go across the bridge to the front gate. And one of the guards steps forward. He says, "Good day, sirs and madam. Who might we have here today?"
The great Elkas.
"The great Elkas!" He looks at his friends.
The
"You hear
great
that?
Elkas.
This is the great Elkas!" And they seem to
Just
think...
Elkas. Don't need
Oh, it's you. I thought it was this red-head fiery one over here that was
no.
calling themselves
They're the great Elkas.
Oh, I see. You are
It's this
presenting the
person.
great Elkas then.
Yes.
I see. So that must be you then, as this Elkas then. Is that right?
Yes,
So,
that's me.
well, now that we know who you are, what can we do for you? You here for some reason, I suppose? Trade, information, messengers?
We come here to talk.
Well,
we
my
hear-
good friend, we are indeed talking. Well done.
Well, we hear that some of your people have been going missing.
No, that's a lie.
Oh,
Inside
okay.
check.
Well,
You can make an insight check.
I am.
yeah.
You can all make insight checks.
13.
13. Let's see what
That's all I got.
12.
Roki Rokan, you make an inside check as well, and you get a 13. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear to everybody that he's absolutely lying through his back teeth, for whatever reason that is.
Okay, so that's obviously lies and slander against your house. But hypothetically, if people were to be going missing and we were trying to get information to help help remedy such an issue, is there anyone we may talk to that may know anything?
You want a remedy?
Hypothetically.
He says, "I don't know what you're saying, sir. I don't understand you."
We're here to stop it happening to anyone else. Hypothetically, because nothing's happening.
Right. Well, I suppose what I could do is I could put you on to perhaps Gilrad. Why don't you go with me? You come with me, and I'll take you to Gilrad. And he leads you across the bridge and in through the gates, and they take you through a side door, similar to House Caelrin. There is a stable and what have you here on the ground floor, where you see horses being shoed and so on, and there's blacksmiths at the back of that large chamber. He takes you into an office where there is a fellow sitting there, an elderly man with a beard and what have you, and silver hair and a bit of a bald patch on top. And he looks up as you come in, and he says, "Who's these people then?" And the guard says, "Sir, Lord Gilrad, this is, I don't know, they're asking about some events. I'm not sure exactly. I said they could speak to you. Is that all right, sir?" He turns to see you. He says, "What exactly is this that you want to see me about?"
Well, your guard has informed us that absolutely none of your people have been going missing recently.
Well, before we get down that road too far, I suppose the first thing I should ask you is, who are you? And why are you in our keep?
We are simply concerned third party who has been asked to investigate this, to try and find a solution so it doesn't happen in the future.
A concerned third party. You're just concerned. The charity of your heart brought you here out of concern.
It's not out of charity, but everyone seems to be quite cagey around this subject, and we've been asked to have some discretion. It's a new thing for me, I assure you, but for now, let's just say our employers would like to be anonymous.
So you're working for someone who wants to pay you to help us for no reason, and they want to be anonymous.
They don't want us to help you. You just seem like the best source of information that we have about these disappearances at this stage.
I see. So you are aware of those disappearances then? Listen, the truth is, it's a little bit embarrassing for us, losing people like that on the street. And no one knows where they've gone. None of the houses have claimed any kind of responsibility for it. Nothing like that. Instead, I have an eyewitness says they were snatched by orcs from the market square. Can you believe that? Brazenly stolen in front of people, in broad daylight, I might add, dragged off down an alleyway towards an entrance to the sewers, is what I found out later, and disappeared just like that, never to be seen again. What do you say to that, sir?
Well, that, from what we know so far, that seems to align, and is very concerning.
And these are servants we're talking about, lowly servants. One of them was only 12. You know, poor girl. You know, just one of the cook's assistants there. A milkmaid. Can you believe that?
So, these people of yours that have been taken, you don't, if they're lowly servants, you don't seem to care that much.
Care? What do you mean? What can I do? I've submitted my crisis to the City Watch, the Guard. We've put it forward amongst the Assembly of Princes. Apparently there's some sort of consensus has been made that, yes, indeed, we have some sort of problem amongst the underroads of the walled city, but who is prepared to go forth? So they propose something along the lines, oh, I see what's going on now. That's what you're doing here. They propose
1 + 1 does equal 2.
They propose to send a companionship of adventurers to sort this problem. And that's who you are, and that's why you're here. I see how it all works now. I see. Well, do you have any experience with this sort of thing, do you?
What, fighting orcs?
Well, recovering kidnapped milkmaids from...
Recovering kidnapped people from orcs is kind of our specialty at this point.
Yes, we've done it once before.
Oh, so you've done it once before. You are indeed specialists.
We do our best.
What do you want from me?
Any information you may have regarding these disappearances, and we were also wondering, should we rescue these people?
Or what?
Well, no, we were just wondering if there was a
Well,
reward for
it-
rescuing any of your
Oh,
people that have gone missing.
A reward, I see. Of course, you weren't going to do that out of the charity of your good hand. Yes, of course. I
Going into
understand.
the sewers and fighting
Well,
orcs, risking our lives.
Look, some
for
people might
charity.
consider that would be some sort of holy mission for them. They might consider that might be something they might feel obligated to do on behalf of humanity and their conscience. But apparently not you. I see. I understand the world is not full of roses, and yes, indeed, I will arrange for there to be some sort of remuneration.
Look around you. You live in this nice big keep.
Yes.
I have
yes.
nothing of the sort.
You
What do I
don't.
need to get one of those for myself?
You're going to buy
Money.
a keep, are you?
If I earn enough, I would not say no to it.
I do like a fellow with ambition. I do. Well, if that's what you want, then you set your mind to that, young lad, and you work hard. It may come to you. Lords know that the master of this house, the House of Baleburn, certainly worked very hard all the way up. 10 centuries ago it was. Yes, and so since that time this house still stands as strong as ever, as strong as the bricks of these walls of this keep, of this city. So, as for remuneration, if you were to retrieve any of these servants, yes, I suppose we would reward you on that behalf. But you must understand, they're not of the blood, they're not members of our family.
Of course, they're only lowly servants. They're not important.
Well, it certainly it's more difficult to pry gold from Lord Baleburn than it is to pry copper or silver.
I imagine there would also be an element of face saving and recovering your people.
He looks at you, says, now you strike upon the matter at heart, sir, you do. The face saving, yes. And do you have a plan by which face can be saved?
It's a little early to form a specific plan. Right now, we need to know more about what's going on. All we
Right.
know at this point is that the orcs appear to be taking people underground. Once we have more information about what they're doing and where they're keeping people, then we can begin making a plan.
That sounds fair enough. All right, well, why don't we keep this conversation open then, and when you've done with your next step of investigation, you can come back and we can have another chat. Right.
Just quickly as well,
Yep.
I'm going to ask for a description of the sewer entrance from the market so we can go investigate that.
Right. Yep. So that was in fact something I was going to give you. Yeah. So they give you a description of the area where you can go. It's in the back corner of the ward, where there is an outer wall that's broken down somewhat, and there's a sewer entrance that's been kind of smashed and open, and it's been left like that for a while. A lot of lowlives and criminals and peasants and other scum have formed a community in that area that even the guards are not that likely to head into, or don't wish to at least. The entrance to the sewer itself, you believe, is inside the wall, and thusly, when you get as far as you can get by asking questions and following leads, you find yourself outside the entranceway to the wall. There's this big broken passageway that leads in. It's 10 feet wide and 10 feet high, and it begins to ramp down, and you can see water running down into it. You can see a number of peasants, children, homeless type individuals hiding, sleeping, inhabiting this tunnel as you approach. There's piles of rubble lay about. Actually, you can each make a history check if you've spent any time in Dagdagiel.
Sure. Okay, 18.
18. Okay.
I know so much.
So much. Elkas is a 6. We shall roll for Rokan. Rokan and a history for Rokan. That's actually a 16. Very good, Rokan. So we've got an 18 for Vaspera, a 6 for Elkas, a 16 for Rokan, and Fferyllt, what did you get for history, if anything?
Oh,
Sorry, you're muted.
I wasn't sure if I'd spent enough time in the city, but I'll roll now.
You can roll. Might as well. I mean, it's a case of, being in the right place at the right time. Apparently, yes. All right, so what you guys know, except for Elkas, is that this particular part of town, there was an incident happened here sometime in the last 20 years that involved some sort of magical effect that blew the bottom of this tower apart, smashing open this entranceway into the sewers. Since then, it's been infested with all kinds of gangs and criminals and thieves and rogues and other things, according to rumor.
I didn't know we were going to be here.
No.
Okay. I mean, I haven't been here too long, but I have heard of this place.
Can I get a perception check, please?
Perception. 18.
18.
Yes.
All right, and 13 for Elkas. Rokan, perception. Rokan's a bit confused, or rather distracted with a 9. Not too distracted, but too distracted to notice an individual approaching.
I'm looking at the children and feeling for the children.
All right. Some of them are orcs, actually, Rokan. You might notice that. That's probably why you're distracted.
Yeah.
So, Vaspera, what did you get, an 18, was it?
18, yes.
Okay, you see a figure slipping out of a alleyway near the entrance to the tunnel, in robes. Looks over at you and sort of starts walking in your direction. Hey, you! You! Calling out to you and your group, but particularly you, Vaspera.
I walk over. Hello?
Hello. Do you want some blood?
I'm sorry, what? Blood?
Yeah, I've got some. Can sell it to you, very cheap. You'll not get any like this again, not for a while. I hear they're not making any. It's dried up.
Wait, what do you mean by blood? Is that another word for some sort of drug?
It's the Skargan blood, ma'am. If you never had it.
What is the Skargan blood? What is that?
It'll change your life, ma'am. Have a sniff.
He opens up this little bag.
My life's perfect the way it is. No.
You'll see the
My
future.
friend.
You'll see the future.
My friend,
Elkas.
look at us.
Turns to see you, Elkas.
Sir.
Look at us, my friend.
Lord.
We have far better suppliers than you.
Truly, sir.
Yes, the stuff we can get is far purer than anything you can have.
Are you looking at selling your stash, sir? I can
Why
help
would
you.
I sell it?
Because it's worth a fortune.
And that is why I keep it for myself. What I'm saying is we are not interested in buying from you.
I see.
I'm sorry, friend.
Can you make a perception, make an insight check?
Can I also make one?
Yep.
Thank you.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto.
Okay, you don't really notice anything except for the fact that blood comes out of his eyes and runs down his cheeks slowly, and he turns and says,
Done it is for you, sir, to be concerned with.
and he slips back towards the tunnel.
What the hell was that? Is that some sort of drug?
It ducks down as he goes into the low opening.
I'll look at Fferyllt. You know?
Can I do some sort of roll to see if Fferyllt knows about Skargan blood?
Yeah, Fferyllt, you can make a history check. Difficulty 16.
Can I as well?
23.
Ooh,
Yes, you can make the same check.
tasty.
So, out of character, Vaspera, do you know what Skargan
No
blood
clue.
is?
No.
Elkas thinks he knows.
I'm pretty sure this is something that I smuggled at some point.
Right, of course it is.
So, Russell, do you want to give him the rundown since I'm
All right.
not 100% confident in my memory?
No, that's fair. So you want to know what Skargan blood is and what it's about. Is that correct? Okay, well, from what you are able to ascertain, it is a fine black powder. You don't know from where it comes, except that it's said to come from perhaps the north, from the lands of Ben Vanaheim beyond the northern sky reaches. It is said to bring a dreamlike quality to your perception and to give a certain level of prophecy. Over time, the prophecy kind of stacks up apparently and becomes more and more powerful, but eventually people begin to bleed from their eyes after doing it for more than a few weeks. Eventually their eyes rot, and if they are still addicted at that point and continue taking the Skargan blood, they usually die. That all takes probably about a month. There have been very rare cases of individuals who have survived Skargan blood to become prophets. That's about all you know. And it's very expensive and highly addictive, and it's destroying the lives of many individuals across the world.
At what cost?
Including a certain group of druids up in the far north.
Yeah.
Other campaign I'm in.
Yeah.
Right. You would think that druids would be the first ones to say no to that.
I think so. Well, I don't know.
You know, because...
Prophetic visions.
They'll smoke magic mushrooms.
Not talking to you, Russell, get out.
Alright, fine.
Trying to roleplay.
I'm not
You
the
want a
one who
character,
came
make
up
a
with that
character.
backstory.
Right, well... Yes, I just think... Like, druids, we would be wise enough to not do it if it causes harm to others. Or we'd have one person, and then the others would heal them, and make sure that they're safe.
Well,
And if that doesn't work, I don't know if it would work or not to heal them and druid magic.
I don't know whether all druidic circles have the virtues that yours teach.
No, you're right. We all have our own wisdoms. Shall we go kill something? Right. I'm only
Kill some
joking.
donkeys.
No. No.
Clean up Dagdagiel.
Right. Rokan stops the Orcan child.
Yep.
Little one, where are your mother and father?
They look up at you. She says... Actually, hold on one second. Are you speaking in Common or are you speaking in Orcan?
I'm speaking in Orcan.
She looks up at you and she says something in Orcan which translates to say the password.
Because I speak Orcan and understand that,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to reach behind my back
Mm-hmm.
and grasp the hilt of my sword,
Mm-hmm.
and then use the charge that you sent me earlier of detect thoughts on this child
Ooh.
to see if this child is thinking of the password.
Okay, so detect thoughts. Quickly, let's run over the spell detect thoughts.
Swish.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So for up to a minute, I can detect the thoughts of a certain creature. I initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, so what's on its mind in that moment.
Okay. And do they get a saving throw?
They do if I try delve deeper.
Okay, so what's on their mind right now? You see flickers of tunnels, flickers of torches deep within the tunnels, a pathway lit. You see in your mind markers subtly placed along several pathways in red markings on bricks. They are designed to confuse, and the arrows are in fact placed backwards so as to confuse or throw off any prey or any followers. You see a series of rooms hidden amongst the underground here, where different groups of orcs band together as in some sort of community, I guess is the short term way of saying it. You get the impression there's a lot of gang activity. You see prisoners being taken through here and what have you, and you see images of this child's parents' faces, one of whom has been severely defaced, in fact. You don't know by who. And you get the impression that the person is expecting to hear some kind of password, but they're not thinking the password.
So, without delving deeper,
Yes.
so one of the lines in here is, questions verbally directed at the target naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so
Right.
the spell is particularly effective in interrogation.
Right.
So in Orcan, I'm going to just ask the child, you expect us to know the password?
The child looks over at you. Now, are you guys all kind of together, clumped up as one group?
I think so.
Probably.
I guess so. Okay. The child looks up at you and says, "You don't know the password here." And this is in Orcan still, so Fferyllt and Vaspera, I assume, cannot understand this.
Why you come here? Who you're looking for?
I've been told my people are here.
Okay, can you make a persuasion check, Rokan? Yes, I can, says Barry. Roll it for me, says Barry. Very well, I will, says Russell. Okay, I'm doing it now. Fine, stop harassing me. Sadly, that's only a 10. She looks at you, Rokan, and she says,
You are not orc from here, far away. I not see you before.
You not see me before because I have just come to seek my people.
You had not passed the Rokan yet.
Now, out of game, you recognize the word as some sort of initiation.
For one so little, you know much.
You know every siege has Rokan.
Yeah.
Elkas, what were you saying?
No, let Rokan go.
Rokan?
I am from the family of
The Mingali. Kagi Mingal, or the Mingali.
the Mengalis.
What of it?
I seek any more of my family that are here.
No one here, only death. You go.
They turn and look up at you, and you can see one side of their faces all diseased and full of pus, and you can see maggots growing in their flesh.
You should leave.
We come here because we hear that there are people and orcs who are kept in cages, chained and beaten.
No, they lie.
Very well, but we were here to maybe put a stop to that.
I am the only orc here. Starving. Can you help me?
What of your parents?
They die far away. In the desert. In Ungol long ago. I come here as a slave. I escaped.
Could I have a... I can't understand him.
Mhm.
Or her.
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah.
Him? Okay.
Them.
Right. I'm going to just look over him while he's talking and see if there's anything I could do. I don't know, make a medicine check to see what I could do if I'm allowed to.
Do you have lesser restoration or greater restoration? Okay. There's not much that you can do, unfortunately. You can make a check to see how bad the condition is, though.
Well, yeah, it sounds like there's got to be some sort of like...
Medicine.
That's the thing that you can
Medicine check.
smoosh on him.
Medicine check.
Okay, no. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're
natural
thinking
one, I
about it.
think.
You're thinking maybe there's some poultice or something, but your natural one, I'm afraid that's a terrible outcome.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
I assist her with the medicine check?
How would you do that?
We can work together.
Well, we're both healers, so discuss the disease quietly from different perspectives. See what we
Yes.
think it is and what we can do about it.
Okay, you can make you can make an advantage check with that Vaspera. Then you can roll one more medicine check.
No.
Oh, 7. Okay, so sadly you still don't know shit. The pair of you are clueless about this.
Thanks anyway.
Yeah.
I guess neither of us are really that familiar with orc physiology.
No,
Yeah.
no. Even though you've been working with Rokan for a couple of
I don't
days at
know,
least, some of you.
It just looks infected, but I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Okay. Aretha, was it a he or a she?
You're not sure.
I'm going to pull out a good berry and just like put it in Rokan's hand.
This child, however, does turn at this point and starts running down the corridor away from you, into the not the underdark, but the underground. Yeah.
The undertow?
The undertow. That's the name of the episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
You noticed that. Great. So,
You can keep that berry. I thought you would perhaps give it to him.
I was going to.
Oh well.
Okay.
Hold on to it though. Here's one for you, Fferyllt, and one for you, Elkas. If you need any
thank you.
more, I have a big old sack full of them.
Oh, good.
I'll
Don't eat them
explain
yet.
at this point as well
Rokan?
Elkas.
the images that I got of the tunnels and the markings.
So go on, do the thing.
I don't ask me how, because I don't understand it completely, but I was able to glimpse into the child's mind, and it looks like the underground here is a labyrinth made to confuse people who are searching for things. However, there are markings on the wall to indicate which is the correct way.
Do you
Now-
think you can follow them?
I didn't get a great understanding of it, but it's better than going in blind.
All right.
All right. Let us.
Lead the way, Elkas.
All right, Elkas. Would you like to make a survival check?
Oh, by the way, Lathander is guiding you in this moment.
Also, once we're out of sight of anyone, Fferyllt is going to distribute the healing potions he was given.
Okay. Distribute the healing potions you were given, so there's 2 each?
That's
Or
correct.
something
I
like
think
that?
you should hold on to my ones. I still have some health potions. And a whole bunch of berries. So look after them.
Okay, I'll hold on to your 2, but Elkas and Rokan get 2 healing potions each.
Okay, Elkas, from you head down into the lower chambers, into the sewer, where you can hear the water running like a river, and you can hear the sound pouring down like a cistern from the nearest tower or house keep nearby. When you get there, you're looking around, and you just do not seem to be able to find any clues from this next intersection. Like, it's just nothing. What you were looking for, just you can't find it. These red markings.
The markings
it-
should be here. I don't know what's going on.
Is everything lit up?
No, it's dark. It's
Okay.
underground.
I'll probably cast light on a torch.
Okay, so you cast light on a torch.
Yes.
Okay.
That way you never expend it.
Not on a sword
No, I
Okay.
don't have a sword.
or a shield. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, I've
I
got an
don't-
idea.
No.
Fferyllt has a hooded lantern casted inside of that.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'll put a coin. I'll cast light on the coin and put that in your hooded lantern.
Oh, I've got ball bearings. Just cast it on one of those.
The ball bearing will be like. There's no stealth with that.
It's a hooded lantern. I can just lower the hood on it so it only shows 5 feet of light.
I think she's
Okay.
talking about the fact that the ball bearing.
It's a round ball
will be
bearing.
rolling around inside the lantern.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Cast on one of my coins then.
All right.
Okay. There you
Anyway, you now have a hooded lantern that has light cast inside it, and you can cover it when you wish to. Okay, cool, good work. So that's happened.
How
We'll
long
help
does the light last
Elkas
for?
look around.
Rokan, you can make a survival check. Now, let's just double check a thing, because Rokan, you are in fact a ranger with special class traits and things for rangery business stuff. You are a monster slayer, you have monster slayer magic, you have hunter's sense, choose a creature within 60 feet, yep, la da 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 da, slayer's prey, racial traits, languages, speed, dark vision, powerful build, what you do not appear to have, however, favoured foe, here we go. Your favoured foe is...
Elves. Half of Elkas.
Yeah.
It's true though,
This
it's
one
elves.
doesn't say that.
It's slowly becoming my own people the way things are going.
Right. Yeah, okay, so fucking favoured terrain. Do you have a favoured terrain? No? I don't know why. That's weird. Deft Explorer. Canny, first level.
I thought it was forests.
Yeah, I thought it was forest.
Yeah, it
as
was
well.
forest too. Yeah, I'm with them.
Not sewer.
Yeah, right, that's what I'm checking. That's what I'm trying to find out. So, but where does it say that it's forest on his character sheet? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I don't know, but since
Okay.
we've had Rokan, we know it's forest.
All right, so it's forest. So never mind. You don't have any advantage on this check. So it's a straight up survival check, and I believe you rolled something fairly non-impressive. 13, that's not terrible. It could be worse. Okay, so Rokan, looking around, you get the impression that there have been movements through this passage, and you get the impression that most of them have been going this way, to the right, through this passage, near where the waterfall comes down on the inside, just around to the right of that.
Elkas, look, see this. This goes more to the right here. People have been using it a lot.
You can see the scuff marks on the floor and around the feet area, you know?
Yeah.
Ah. I knew there was a reason we brought you along.
Hey, Talk is back. Yay, good to see you, Talk. Alright, so you head in that direction for a little while then, I take it? Following those clues, until you get to the next major intersection, whereupon, Elkas, you can make another survival check.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah, you think you find some tracks that lead you to an area where there are a couple of new pathways up and down, left and right, bigger tunnels, thinner tunnels, that kind of thing. Can you make a perception check, please?
It will help him if I may.
All right.
I don't want to do this.
Rokan was helping you. Did you roll with
Rokan
advantage?
is helping you, so you have advantage.
Nothing can help you.
Nothing.
And I rolled a 6 and then a 5.
A
Cool.
6 and a 5. Well, what I will do at this point is, just in case anything happens, just
We'll
get some
roll
initiative.
Yeah, we got it.
And
Nope.
I rolled a 1 for initiative.
I also rolled a 1.
Wow!
Oh, high five!
High five!
I'm done.
Rokan, your initiative, is it going to be a 1 as well? No, it's a little bit better. It's a 5 plus 3 is 8.
Oh my god.
Um,
Let's just turn around. We'll
just
turn around and leave, and then we'll come back again so we can roll another initiative check.
Leave while you have the chance.
It's better. Yeah.
You're right. Okay, and Alexander Cordana is definitely not here. Why have I got you in here? Let me edit my encounter and get rid of him, because he is not in the group tonight. We had no word from Jordan. He didn't say a thing. He is in so much trouble. He has no idea.
Sean.
Is that a katana that you have there?
It's a practice one.
It's a bokken. I used to have a black wooden bokken.
This is a wooden Vulcan.
That is.
That's her.
Another one. Okay.
Over here with our swords. Oh my god.
What the fuck
Fferyllt's
is-
bringing his sword.
Somehow I've lost all your initiative rolls. So
Oh
Vaspera was
no,
a
because you
1,
have to
was it?
re-roll them.
No. Just give me
Wait.
what your rolls were, please.
Can we see that better? It's that see-through.
Rokan.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is fucked up. What is
It is a lightsaber blade, but unfortunately the lightsaber itself isn't working at the moment, and I haven't gotten around to fixing it.
That's amazing. That's better than Elkas's.
That's better. Okay, now I've got this figured out.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have a
Alright.
karambit?
Alright, give me those initiatives again, please, Vaspera.
20? No,
Lies.
it's one. It's one. It's one.
Rokan was an 8. Elkas was a 4.
You got one,
One.
too.
Fferyllt,
Our Dix is on par, though.
Also
Um,
8.
also 8. Okay, excellent. Cool bananas. All right, so at this position where you're looking about, what did you get for your, was it a perception check I gave you? You failed it, didn't you? Quite abysmally. Would everybody else like to make perception checks, please?
Yes, please.
All right.
23.
23. Very impressive.
I think because I've been struggling with the survival checks, I'm paying so much attention to which way I should be going. I'm not paying attention to what might be happening around.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you got a 23 for Vaspera and a 5 for Fferyllt, is that right? And Rokan, you got to remind me to roll for you sometimes because my brain skips these things. Perception for Rokan is a 15. All right, so Rokan and his next best person, who is Vaspera, who's in fact much better. You both notice now that you're looking around, and given the fact that Elkas has given you some information, you find this red marker drawn into the ceiling, hiding behind it, the sort of shadow of this opening mouth of the wall, if that makes sense, the entranceway, hidden in the shadows. And looking about, using your light spell and what have you, you see this red mark painted
It's over
into the
here.
ceiling. Rokan, now that she points it out to you, Rokan, you recognize the mark as a symbol of Yurtrus, the god of disease and death of the orcs. It kind of looks like this fat bulbous form surrounded by flies. That's the impression of the sigil of Yurtrus.
It's a symbol of Yurtrus. Again, look. Over here.
That is what I saw in the thoughts of that child.
Right, and at that moment, suddenly, Rokan, you hear an arrow go whizzing towards you. Your armor class is, Rokan, a 15.
Better than it was.
Unfortunately, you are hit by a longbow arrow, and you take... Is it? Are you going to tell me? Is it? Are you going to finish rolling this dice for me, or what?
The D8
It's a
plus.
yeah,
Is that right?
nine.
Longbow?
Longbow, 9 points of damage to Rokan. I will record that for you. Boof. Okay. At that point, another arrow comes flying in your direction. It misses you. Poof, sticks into the wall next to you, Rokan. Fferyllt, it's your turn.
Did I see where it came from?
You get an idea, yeah, down the hallway. Fferyllt, it's your turn.
Yeah, just so obviously, I can't see anything normally. I've got Stolas on my shoulder. Can he see where it came from?
He can make a perception check. Remember, Vaspera has light going from where she is.
Fferyllt has
yeah.
the source.
Oh, Fferyllt
Okay.
has the source.
So,
That's right. Inside
what's the range on that spell?
the light spell?
I think.
It's 20.
You know what? I'll look it up for you. So we got stuff up here. Okay, 20-foot radius,
dim
and then
feet,
dim
dim
light
light.
for an extra 20.
Right.
So
40 feet total.
yeah. So is there anyone within 40 feet?
Not that you can see.
Do you also have dark vision?
Variant human. So no.
Right, yeah.
Right. Okay, so what do you do on your turn?
Fire blindly.
I am going to hold my shield in front of me and step in front of the squishier people,
Yeah.
and I am going to ready a firebolt if any enemies come into view.
Okay, so you're going to ready a firebolt if you see an enemy. Okay, cool. All right, Rokan, you're next. You have 60-foot dark vision. I'm going to make a perception check for you, Rokan. Perception. Sadly, you cannot see anybody either down the hallway from your location, but it is your
Alright.
turn.
But I'm gonna take a shot anyway to see if I hit anybody.
Okay, so you're going to accept the disadvantage and take a shot. down the corridor. Fair call. Alright, so we're rolling with disadvantage. Here we go. With disadvantage, you rolled a 19. So you're going to do damage. Rokan's damage with his longbow is 1d8 plus 6. And Rokan does 10 points of damage from his first arrow. And you hear, "Oh!" from down there.
Okay, so I keep my bow in that general direction because you gotta have.
Right, and at this point in game, you only have one attack action per turn, as you're only level. What are you, 3 at the moment? So
3.
right, 3. All right, now charging down from the other hallway, another orc jumps out. He comes swinging at Elkas with a mace. 16 to hit Elkas. Yep. Okay, Elkas. Yeah.
Held action?
Held action, yes, triggered. Triggered. Do your thing. If he survives your held action, then Elkas takes 7 points of damage. 22 to hit, hits. Damage.
Pretty sure he's got more than 4 HP.
Yep. 4 hit points, but still 4 hit points is 4 hit points. So the orc that came out from the side with the bear, he's got like a bear fur over his shoulder, and a symbol burned into it that looks like the symbol that was on the wall earlier, the Yurtrus symbol. And he comes out at Elkas, and you fire a firebolt at him. He hits Elkas and does 7 points of damage with the mace. Elkas, it's your turn.
I am going to go into a rage and then swing at him with Moonblade.
Alright, roll to hit.
A 15.
15, that he parries.
Ooh.
He parries with his mace.
That's
Although
a worry.
the Moonblade does scar the mace itself, oddly enough. Is that the end of your turn, Elkas?
No, I'm
No.
going... Actually, yes it is.
Yes, it is? Okay. I like that. He's like, yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
forgot I raged.
Vaspera, it's your turn now, Vaspera.
Right, I'm going to Sacred Flame him.
Sacred Flame, so he's making a dex save, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you going for the archer or the guard?
I'm going for the one I can see.
Okay,
Thusly,
that
probably
makes
the
sense.
guard.
The guard, yeah. Dex save, right?
Yes, it is dex save. And I'm praying to Lathander to guide me.
Okay.
I'm not actually guiding myself. I'm just like,
Right, making the prayer. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So he fails his dex save with a
Sacred
3,
Flame.
so you can do your Sacred Flame damage, please.
7.
It is exactly enough to burn him all up.
Good.
And on that 7 points of Sacred Flame radiant damage, he collapses in a burning heap.
Thank you, Lathander.
With a shout and a scream. And then, at that moment, an arrow comes thudding out of the darkness from the corridor. 17 to hit Vaspera.
Matches. Yep.
Meets.
It's fine.
And you take, pathetic 5 points of piercing damage.
No.
However, I'm going to use my Archer's Eye power to upgrade that by another 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Then his second attack. Oh shit, wrong. Oh no, that's fine. That was a 10, that misses. Never mind. Fferyllt, you're next.
So, there's currently one enemy visible, is it?
As far as you know, there are no enemies visible, but there is one enemy known.
Okay, so there's somebody out there. I can't see him. Has he taken any damage that I've seen?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. In that case,
wait,
I am
no,
going
somebody hit
to...
him for 10 points. Who was that? Was it Elkas or Rokan? Rokan shot him for 10 points. But I don't know whether you would have seen it hit him.
Okay. If I haven't seen it hit him, then I'm just going to hold a firebolt until an enemy comes into view.
Okay. All right, very good. Rokan, it's your turn.
I judge from his arrow, has his position changed?
You don't think there is much way he could change his position because he's down a corridor.
Okay.
So he might have changed from one side of the corridor to the other, or he might be high or low, or he might be hiding behind a rock, or...
I'll try and do my same shot.
Same
thing.
shot again? Okay, so disadvantage for Rokan, firing into the darkness. Rokan, here we go, rolling away. That's sadly just an 11. That's probably not going to hit. No, not at all. Okay, so sadly you don't hit anything on that round, Rokan. Your arrows miss entirely. Elkas, you're up next.
I'm going to rush at the closest
Yeah.
orc and just take a swing at it with my longsword. Or moonblade, rather.
Okay, roll to hit.
For a 19 to hit.
So you've gone... Hang on a minute. You've gone into the darkness to find him, is that right?
I've gone towards the closest or perceived closest if they're off in the darkness. I've got 60 foot of dark vision.
Dark vision, okay. So you go... Okay, well, in that case, you're going to be running down the corridor for about at least a turn before you see anything.
How far away are they?
Longbow distance down the corridor.
You can dash, right?
Yeah, okay, I've bonus action dashing then, so I'm 60 feet down.
All right, can you make a perception check, please?
Nope. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay. Somebody makes an opportunity attack on you as you go past them from in the shadows. What is your armor class, Elkas?
17.
17. All right. You take 6 points of slashing damage as someone steps out and whacks you with a short sword as you go running past their little sneaky hidey spot, looking ahead. Have you... That was an opportunity attack on your movement, but you haven't used an action or bonus action yet.
Yes. Oh, no, I've used a bonus action to
bonus action to dash. Yeah,
but
that's true.
at that point then, can I turn around, go back into combat and take a slash at him with
Yes,
Moonblade?
you can. Yep. Roll to hit.
Braid, no, that's a 9.
That's a 9? Okay. Never mind then. Okay, Vaspera, it's your turn.
Right. Well, I'm on half HP, so I'm going to go behind. I'm just going to eat a berry.
All right, so you're eating a berry.
I can't see anything.
Can't see anything? No,
And
no, fair enough.
I am hurt.
Okay, so you're eating a berry.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yes.
fair. Okay, so you'd get back, what is it, 4 hit points for that? Okay, and that's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so at this point, you're up against this guy, Elkas. He's rolls to hit you with a short sword. 13 isn't going to hit you, is it? No, and another 13 is not going to hit you. Okay, Fferyllt. At this point, Fferyllt, you're hearing sounds of combat. I don't know whether Elkas is emitting any kind of light. I assume he's not. No. Okay, so you cannot see Elkas, but you've seen him go down that corridor, and you've heard combat sounds coming from down there. And you're still holding your firebolt, yeah?
Well, it's my turn again, so I guess
Yep,
if it's my turn again,
it is
that's
your turn.
gone.
Yes, the cantrip goes out, and you can relight it as a cantrip if you want to, but...
Yeah. So how far can I... Do I have a rough idea of how far away Elkas is?
The distance? You can make a perception check for me, please. How far did you dash, Elkas? It was 60 feet in the end, wasn't it?
I don't know, because I was dashing up to 60, but it was...
On the way.
I got interrupted by the opportunity attack.
Right. All right, we'll call it 50 feet then. Okay, so Fferyllt, that's a 7. Unfortunately, you can't tell. You've got no idea.
Okay, so I am going to cautiously approach forward to the 30 feet, which is my movement,
Yeah.
holding the lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess that should see something.
Okay, so with the lantern up, the lantern casts light 20 feet from there. You've moved up 30 feet, right? Yeah, at that point you can see the silhouettes and shadows of 2 combatants fighting at the corner at the next T-junction.
So can I tell which combatant is which based on their sizes?
Yeah, one is an orc, one is an elf. It's pretty,
Okay,
pretty
so
clear.
I am going to shoot the orc.
All right, roll to hit, please.
Pretty sure 11 doesn't hit.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Is that the end of your turn, Fferyllt?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Rokan. Now, the light has moved down the tunnel. Fferyllt has moved down the tunnel carrying the light. Now you can just make out the combatants. Rokan, you're no longer...
Can I see a bigger one?
You can. You're no longer at disadvantage. You can fire an arrow if you choose.
Use hunted mark or
Hunter's
can
mark.
you? No, you can't shoot at a shit.
Yes, you can. You can see them. You can cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus
Okay,
action.
hunter's mark on the bigger one.
All right, and then you're going to fire an arrow. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What am I doing? I'm rolling the bad guys to hit roll, not yours. Okay, so you've Hunter's marked him, and you're rolling to hit him. Well, that is a 25. That hits. So you do maximum damage, 14 points of damage, plus your Hunter's Mark now. So Hunter's Mark is going to be a d6, and that comes out at, sadly, only a 1, so minimum. So top max normal damage, minimum Hunter's Mark, but it's still, what did I say, 15 points of damage. Not a bad effort. Cool. And you hear him grunt from the shot as you hit him in the ribs with it, Rokan. Elkas, you're next.
I'm just going to swing at this guy again.
Yep. Roll to hit.
For a 15.
15 almost hits him. But again, he guards your blade with his short sword in this case. But you're taking chunks out of the short sword. Every time he manages to block you, there's a spark that flies out like a brightly coloured flare. Vaspera, it's your turn.
I will run up to where Fferyllt is, and then I'm going to Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, alright.
Yes.
So
Come
it's
on,
a
let's have
dex
that.
save for this guy, yeah?
Yes, please.
Alright, Poos and Wheezy rolls a 19 plus 4,
That's not gonna work.
23. He succeeds on his evasion of that Sacred Flame. So your Sacred Flame materializes next to him and then drops like an anvil, and he steps out of the way as shards of radiant light spray off the floor and the surface of the sewer as it strikes. It's his turn. He's in short sword combat against Elkas. His first attack misses Elkas. His second attack, 21. Elkas, you take 6 points of slashing damage. Fferyllt, it's your turn.
Okay, I think I am going to try a Toll the Dead on the figure I can see.
Toll the Dead, okay. So he's making, is it a con save or a wisdom save? Wisdom save.
DC 13 Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save. 18. 19, actually.
Pooh Bum. That's my turn.
Okay, poo bum indeed. The Toll the Dead, boom, goes off. This enormous noise goes rolling through the sewers in all directions.
Did you do that?
Rokan,
Did you
you
do that?
hear that sound, and I don't know whether or not you grit your teeth and go fuck. everything in the sewers is now coming in our direction. But Rokan, would you like to roll to hit?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Well, they're gonna have trouble determining exactly where the sound came from.
Sure.
What did I fucking roll here? What is this?
I forgot
Okay,
it made
so
a
that's
loud noise. I'm sorry.
It's
that's
okay.
a
It
19
was really cool. I
It was cool.
rarely get to see it.
19 to
action.
hit, Rokan. That is a hit. So your damage coming up now. So your main damage is 7. And then your Hunter's Mark damage is another 1. So 8 points of damage. Still not... Could be worse. Could be worse. 8 damage. Elkas, you're at 13 hit points, I see. Young man.
Let's go, Elkas.
Is Elkas looking bad?
He's looking exactly like I am.
He looks like you're used to seeing him fucked up and bloody.
But happy to be here.
Okay.
I'm going to take another swing at this guy.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully hit this one.
Let's go, my dude.
That's better.
25
to
hits.
hit.
That's gonna be a hit. Okay, what are you gonna do for your damage?
Max damage
Max
of 12 plus 2 because I'm raging still, so 14.
So 14
Nice.
damage. Nice. Okay. This orc is bloodied now.
What? Oh my goodness.
I'm then going to disengage and move back towards the group.
Back towards the group? Okay, so you disengage and you move 30 feet back towards the group?
Yeah.
Okay, Vaspera, it's your turn. Alkas is moving back towards you.
I'm looking confused at Elkas because he never does this. And I'm going to try once more Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, the Orcan archer. Okay,
Yes.
so was it a wisdom or dex did we say? It's dex, isn't it?
Dex,
For this
yeah.
one, yeah. Natural 20. Sorry.
You gotta roll worse, Russell.
I know.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so as Alkas disengages, our friend the archer switches back to his bow and starts firing at Elkas. Oh, that's another natural 20, motherfucker.
And what did I tell you, Russell?
I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's not my fault. That's 13 damage, Elkas. This archer's going to use his archer's eye to improve that by another 6 points to 19 damage. You still alive?
Well, we should be fine.
He's fine.
Only because I'm raging.
Only
Yeah.
because you're raging. Alright, and it is his second shot. But he misses for his second shot. Fferyllt, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Elkas using Stolas,
Okay, so
and then have Stolas use the remainder of his movement to back the hell away.
Okay, so the owl swoops in, touches you gently on the way past Elkas, healing you for some amount of damage, 10 points of damage.
10 points.
And then flies around back again, swooping back. And the owl does not take opportunity attacks, does it? No.
Nope.
No, it does not.
It does not. Okay, so that's your turn, Fferyllt, yeah?
Correct.
Rokan, are you still firing arrows?
How bad is my companion?
He's beaten up. He's
Right.
he's better than he was. He's back to sort of half.
And he's gonna get... The guy's obviously gonna hit him again, because I would.
He's right next to him. He's chasing him. He's firing arrows at him, actually, at this point.
Okay. I am gonna swing my bow back on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike
Okay.
and hit him with my axes.
Rokan is using Zephyr Strike. He races
wait.
in.
Did you use Hunter's Mark as well?
This drops Hunter's Mark, that's for sure, because that's a concentration spell. Okay, so Hunter's Mark is gone. Zephyr Strike is up. You speed up to the opponent. You get advantage on your first attack because of the Zephyr's Strike.
Yeah.
You roll a 15, which does not hit.
I got 2 X's though.
Your second attack comes through. Does not have advantage, unfortunately.
We'll give it a go anyway.
It's rolling slowly, so slowly, so slowly. I'm going to roll a d20 because it's being a twat. Oh, that's a critical 20. Guess what? Okay, so your longbow goes through with a crit 20, crit damage. Roll. It's not a longbow, it's a short sword, isn't it? What am I
It's
doing?
an axe.
It's an axe. Sorry, ignore this dice roll. We're going to do that again. It should be 2d6. I'm just going to roll the dice because it's taking, again, forever. Oh, did it finally do it? Oh, 20 points of damage. No, that's the hand axe. It's lies. Lies. 5 and 3. That's 2d6. But it's a crit, so it's 46. 8, 10, 11, 14, plus 2. Oh no, not plus 2 because it's offhand. So 14 points of damage this round. Okay, so you hit him for 14 points with your axe. Crunch, you bite into his arm. He is not a happy orc. Elkas is up next. Rokan, do you have any actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue that you've got left over? Or is that your turn?
Time to die, I say to him.
All right, Elkas.
So I moved 30 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to run 30 feet back,
Yeah.
swing at him with my moon blade
All right, roll to hit.
for a 21
Yes.
for 11 points of damage.
All right. He's very upset about that. You hit him in the neck, but do not manage to sever his head.
Ooh.
Yep. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Yes. That's it. That's it. Okay, Vaspera, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to use produce flame.
All right.
So creating a flame, I'm going to throw it at him now.
All right, roll to hit.
See how it goes. No.
Oh, it's very close, but no. He just steps out of the way and it slams into the wall at the far end of the corridor, bursting out along the wall and revealing painted images of Orcan war gods.
Oh, wow, that's really pretty.
Along the wall. Yeah, it's very pretty and also terrifying. At this point, Elkas, you're in melee range with our Orcan friend, is that right? Okay, and he's attacking you with a short sword. He's going to hit you with a 24. His damage is a total of 6. That's his first attack. His second attack comes at you for an 18. Does that hit? It does. His second attack is a total of 8. So you're halving these for your rage, I assume. Yeah. Fferyllt. Fferylltos.
I'm just going to firebolt him.
Roll to hit. 16.
Does a 16 hit?
It just hits. It meets or beats, you might say. 8 points of
8
damage.
points of fire damage.
So, Fferyllt, how do you kill him?
I'm just going to incinerate his head.
Alright, that's fair and reasonable. And with his head incinerated, his hair on fire, he throws himself around for about a minute, trying to put himself out and trying not to die horribly until he staggers to the ground and collapses, choking on his own blood.
As he's probably burning,
Mm.
Elkas probably runs him through
Alright, that's fair.
to finish it off quickly.
Finish it off quickly.
Because he very quickly wants to do a investigation check of the body,
Mm-hmm.
see if he finds anything of interest.
Anything of interest. Alright, so let's make an investigation check.
He
Please.
does not.
Vaspera was very impressed with Fferyllt because she loves fire.
Right.
So Kind of turned on.
Wow. Okay, so there you go.
I love fire. Okay.
I was going to say, after a quick rummage, though, Elkas is quickly going back to the group and saying, "This lot were expecting us here. This was an ambush. I don't think we should be sticking around."
Can you make a perception check, everybody, please?
How do you know that, Elkas? As I'm
They
perceiving.
jumped us and were hiding in the shadows.
15.
15.
16.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for Stolas.
Okay. And Rokan, I'm going to roll for you.
Stolas gets +3, so that would be 19.
Okay, Stolas is a pass. Everybody's a pass except for, sadly, Rokan. Rokan, you rolled a 9 for your perception in this case. You must be investigating the body, I'm guessing. He is an orc after
I'm
all.
looking for Orcan things
Yeah.
that you know,
Yeah,
would
okay,
give us clues.
for sure. Okay, well, you find clues, in fact. You find things that tell you that this individual is a member of this cult. You can tell from... they have a number of signs, including Orcan writing on a leather scroll case, which you believe is probably made out of somebody's skin. And it has, inside it has some Orcan text, which is apparently like a holy text from the cult of Yurtrus.
Okay.
That's the main thing there. But everybody else that did roll good perception checks in this case, you hear the sounds of boots coming from multiple directions, and that's where we're going to leave the game tonight,
Time to go, time to go, time to go.
as they say.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Elkas, did you see Fferyllt? He produced he did his own little flame thing, and he burnt the kite.
Right.
If his
That's
fire's
amazing.
getting you all hot and flustered, that's all well and good, but
Right.
this is not the time or place.
Yeah, I know. We should go.
All right. So you guys are heading out. Is that the
The
plan?
fuck, who the fuck knows?
Back the way you
There's
came?
boats coming from everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to leave it there, and we're going to raid somebody. So who are we going to raid?
Go get him. I don't know.
Oh, Captain Robear's playing Dungeons and Dragons, but I really would like to find someone a little smaller than Captain Robear. I don't think he needs our patronage. You know? Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and find another channel that is deserving of our...
Sean, you need a sheath for your sword.
No,
I
think maybe he's only one.
I really do.
I mean, you can make one,
Okay,
like
we're
a
gonna hit-
cloth one maybe or something.
It's going to be Captain Robear. There's nobody else playing D&D online right now, as far as I can tell.
Yes,
in
that's very cool.
my cursory check. That is a cool knife.
Yeah.
All right, rating in 2, 1. Rating now. Bye-bye, people. Thank you
Go
all for
get 'em.
playing. You have a great night.
Yeah, see y'all next Monday. It better be Monday.
Yep.
Monday's my day off, okay?
I'm more than
See
happy
you
to
around.
play Monday, and also anyone who wants to do one-shots or any extra gaming, please hit me up. I'm very keen right now. See you later.
Okay, bye. Goodbye.
Bye. And we shall stop the streaming. End the